Good evening. Welcome to the Brotherhood of the Dice. And tonight we are back playing Regency. We are starting the final chapter of our Regency campaign, which is entitled The Emptiness Within. So I have a wonderful group of players. Below me we have Megan, who's reprising the role of Miss Georgina Wentworth. Below, what? Is that what I said? Georgia.
I don't know what you said.
Georgiana. It's Georgiana, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, I'll do.
Miss Wentworth. And below Megan, we have Sophie, who is taking the role of Emma Potterton, Mrs. Emma Potterton, no less.
Yeah.
Over this side, we have got Kira, who is reprising the role of Jane Radcliffe, the mysterious Jane Radcliffe. And below we have the return of the infamous, the reformed Mr. James, or rather the Reverend James Bennett.
Yes, hello.
And below Mr. Bennett, we have Therator, who is reprising the role of Captain John Stone. Rightio. So, ladies and gentlemen, we bid you a most cordial welcome once again to the modest and agreeable town of Tarryford, in the county of Wiltshire. The year now past has brought with it many changes. It has been attended by sorrow and by the loss of valued friends, yet it has not been without its happier occurrences in the forming of new attachments and the celebration of marriages and the strengthening of those bonds which time alone may confirm. It has, in truth, been a year of no small consequence, marked alike by perplexity and discovery. But what have our young ladies and gentlemen been doing over the past year, aside from a brief stopover in Bath for some of you? What have you been doing? And I guess you could include in this, work into this, how you, with reference to your improvement of your characters, your characters that have improved in their skills and so forth. So I'm going to point down. I'm going to point at Megan. You can go first.
Okay, I've written something, so I'll just read off it because I can't remember it. I put, in the time since the events of the Long Corridor and Emma's marriage in 1814, Georgiana's mother has been ever more persistent in making her daughter an eligible socialite. She enrolled her in etiquette lessons and attempted to run through some social conventions that will help Georgiana appear more tolerable to the bachelors amongst Tarryford. Of course, this failed terribly. With Georgiana favouring her studies, she only slightly increased her fashion sense to a non-noticeable degree, so I'm +1 in fashion. It's like an awful roll. And learnt how to be slightly more charming at social gatherings, +2 to charm, and +8 to persuade. However, in this time, she did develop one ability. One sec. Okay. Sorry, interruption. She learned how to be slightly more charming at social gatherings, blah blah blah. However, in this time, she did develop one ability, an ability to avoid her mother's scorn and make frequent rendezvous to the newlywed Mrs. Potterton's estate. So she got +7 in stealth and +9 in dodge. So good! Georgiana remains well educated, secretly interested in falling madly in love with someone as studious as herself, and ever vigilant at how well her sister has become at shooting guns.
Okay, speaking of which, I guess we'll move on to Mrs. Emma Potterton.
Yeah. So, in the past 6 months, Emma has been enjoying the unusual thrills of married life, having found someone who shares her interest in gunmanship, with the two shooting in the country away from the prying eyes whenever they get the chance, giving her 5 points in rifle. In the public eye, she has also been gaining confidence at parties, making connections and showing off the latest fashions of Tarryford, which may or may not be more eye patches, who can say. She has found a particular fondness in Miss Susan Potterton, who reminds Emma so much of her own enthusiasm, especially being a similar age. And I've got 9 points in charm. However, despite the joys of her new life, she can't quite escape the paranoia of what she's witnessed. Impossible things circle in her dreams, and she has become more paranoid, always keeping an eye out for the strange things that might be hidden. And I got 6 points in spot hidden.
Good. And next, then, I guess, Miss Radcliffe.
Yeah. So, in the past 6 months, Jane's found herself back in the small town of Tarryford, following the traumatic events of Bath and perhaps nursing a little bit of a guilty conscience. She has decided to use her newfound journalistic skills for some more legitimate means. Taking on the moniker of Ambrose Lockhart, she has begun to channel all she's experienced into writing and publishing mystery novels. Naturally, this is a secret to the wider society, but she has trusted this to the Wentworth sisters, finding that she's developed a sense of loyalty to them that she hasn't quite felt before. She now has her own small but respectable home in the town, just on the outskirts, and is trying to settle down, but paranoia is never far away, and she has learnt to keep her eyes and ears to the ground for any sign that something might be amiss. So she has gained, I can't remember the exact numbers, but it's pluses in etiquette for being a little bit more legitimate, and then in listen and spot hidden.
Excellent. And then, of course, the reborn Reverend Bennett.
I'm laughing at me. Just the way you look. Yes, because that makes it so much better. I'm not laughing at you, I'm just laughing at the way you look. So, Mr. Bennett, now Reverend Bennett, has gone through quite a few changes. Partly inspired by the loss of someone he would consider a friend. He decided to turn to religion and take over the... is it Upper Tarryford
It is
Church?
indeed Upper Tarryford Church, yes.
And like I said, partly for the memory of a lost friend, but also because what better way to get an audience than preach every Sunday morning? So, in terms of mechanics, the uniform gave him a tiny boost to etiquette, as in +1 etiquette. I didn't roll very well. He's got a +6 to religion. He's done a lot of studying in the past year, trying to swat up on what he's actually supposed to be doing. Still kind of faking it till he makes it at this point, but +6 on religion. We've got a +10 to fast talk. He's changed from short form poems to long form sermons, so he's doing a lot of practice with his congregation. We've got a +7 to persuade and reassure. He gets a lot of people coming to him with their problems, which he partly
Leave him with more.
Yes. He enjoys being the person to help, but he also enjoys hearing the gossip and the scandals of the local people. And a +6 to listen. One of his favourite things is hearing confessions from people. He's like, oh, yes, and then she said what? And then you, oh my goodness. It's still a gossip. Yeah.
Excellent. And then finally, Captain Johnstone.
Yes, after facing the horrifying mythos creatures of last time, he has become a little bit on guard, like he was beginning to believe, is there anything more out there? A little bit paranoid, so he began to refine his skills again on the sword, pistol and rifle. So he has been going on hunting with his rifle to use to practice out in the field, and then he's been doing some fencing practices at home. So he's prepared, at least tiny bit prepared to face against eventually maybe monsters, who knows. So 5 to sword, 5 to pistol, and 5 to rifle.
Excellent. I'm just going to test. I've just been
It's a montage. It's basically a Rocky Balboa montage.
just checking these rolls. And make sure you, there.
1.
Okay, so September has returned once more to Tarryford. A full 12 months has elapsed since the alarming events at the North Lake Estate, and 3 months since the disappearance of Viscount Ambrose Huntley of Bath. Yet, life, in its usual way, has resumed its course, and the inhabitants of Tarryford strive as best they may to set aside those recollections which are of too painful a nature to be long indulged. This day, however, is devoted to the remembrance as young ladies and gentlemen assemble to honour their departed friend, the Reverend Samuel Jennings, whose sacrifice preserved the lives of those most dear to him. So, you are all gathered together. Whether this is for the first time you've all been together in one place for weeks or months, or if this is almost a regular occurrence. But where have you decided to meet to remember your dear departed friend?
Probably the church? Or like somewhere on the church grounds.
Like a little church picnic.
Maybe by his grave, maybe.
Oh,
Picnicking on his grave.
Party at my place, bitches.
So you're picnicking on the Reverend Jennings's grave. Then is that the plan?
Yeah, in a respectful way.
Yeah, respectful way. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a strawberry, Reverend?
Yeah, not on the grave. Next to it.
Mm,
Very important.
not on the grave then. Not spreading the picnic rug on the grave. Fair enough. Very well. So I will hand it over to you. We can let you role play out this little social gathering as you come together for the first time for at least a few weeks. So I hand the responsibility of this entire game onto you.
Oh,
Excellent. No pressure, guys.
We are the game masters now.
let's leave Tarryford.
Let's retire to the
everybody.
Maldives.
I guess
It's
we
what
can.
Reverend would have wanted.
I guess me and Emma would be walking up together and be like, "Is that James Bennett?" Has he got-
no, it can't be.
He looks older.
Oh wait, no, he's giving that look. It might be him. It might be.
Oh yeah.
Do you still want to do the picnic or?
I mean, it's for the Reverend. We should probably
Yeah.
suffer
Can
for
we?
him.
Oh, hello, ladies.
Oh gosh,
him.
yeah, it is him.
There's only one man with that voice. I'm so glad you could come. It's been a while. Notice anything different?
Have you cut your hair?
I'm trying out a new style. I think it makes me look more distinguished. More mature.
Have the
Oh.
others arrived yet?
Sophisticated. Miss Wentworth, I would think that you were trying to change the subject.
I like to imagine Jane has approached and has seen this going on and has just hung back. Like, I'm just gonna let this play out.
If I spot you, I'm gonna be like, "Help me!" with my eyes.
And John just goes past Jane and looking at what are you doing, and I just goes forward to the group.
I'll follow him. That's fine. I didn't want to be the one to interrupt this.
Ladies, gentlemen,
Oh, Captain Stone, what an honor.
well, a pleasure to see you all after the events back then. I look down
Yes,
and I
yes,
say that.
such a tragedy. Anyway.
Are we set up?
Yes, of course. I don't like to brag, but I kind of own the place now, so
Doesn't Tarryford
Except home.
own the place?
details, minor details. I've got the keys. What more do you need?
I guess we'd set up a picnic blanket and something Reverend liked. I don't know what food he used to eat.
Gave me
Wine.
cheese butter vibes, and I don't
Mm.
quite know
Bread
why.
and wine.
Mm.
Jesus.
Entire picnic of little wafers.
Picnic of wafers.
Body, anyone? Body? How about some blood?
Oh.
Blood? Anyone? Blood?
All fell up on blood.
Body of Christ? Cucumber sandwiches of Christ? Anyone? No.
Yes. Bloody lemonade.
Okay, so we'll leave that strained conversation.
Is that how you expected this roleplay to start?
It was supposed to be like, Reverend's a lovely man.
Like Captain John has never
What
talked
have
to
you
the sandwich,
done all
so he
up
doesn't know
to?
anything about it.
Why are you here?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, what am I doing here? I'm bringing my tea. Just awkwardly sitting there. I don't know if these people
You
are.
just feel free to play. You're like,
Oh dear me. Okay, so so you spend a few hours then reminiscing about your old friend, about Reverend Jennings, and then once you finish your picnic, tidy up, and what activities are you going to pursue this afternoon?
Ooh.
Together as a group, perhaps.
Shall we go down to the pub?
Yeah, I suppose we
I
could.
mean- us ladies have been on a separate trip, which might interest you. It's similar to the long corridor. Remember the corridor that was growing? North Lake Hall?
When you begin to say similar events, Captain Johnson turns very serious in his face, like, what do you mean? What happened?
Don't tell me you found a longer corridor.
No. We found
No,
it.
but a man was liquefied.
Yes.
I'm sorry, come again?
Perhaps we should go get some drinks and discuss.
Can the Reverend be seen in the local pub? Getting drinks?
If he has a water.
The Reverend could perhaps get away with it. Ladies.
Oh, right, yeah, true.
Oh yeah, ladies, yeah, they're
Like-
Oh,
good.
what we were worried. Let's go to pub.
I mean,
To the bird lady spot instead.
Well, I do have quite a supply of wine. Would you wish to partake?
We
Oh,
could go
so
to the
much.
tea room.
You know, we met somebody in Bath I think you would have really got on with, Mr. Bennett.
Oh, you're so right.
Mm.
You don't say. But they're as distinguished as I.
Perhaps less so.
Well, it's to be expected. No one could be as distinguished as the great James Bennett. Sorry, Reverend James Bennett.
A man of virtue right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, there are of course horses that can be ridden over at the Potterton family estate. If you have no other ideas, of course.
Horse
They
riding
don't
sounds so
hold
fun.
it.
Are we all notoriously terrible at that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's my skills on that?
What would it be?
Ride.
Right.
I think everyone's naturally bad at it.
I'm 35.
Oh, mine is 5.
Oh. Yeah, mine's fine.
Don't worry, ladies. You can get on the back of my horse any day.
Look at my
Okay, any
horse.
other ideas, anybody? Anything else?
What kind of hobbies would people have in this era? Other than like sewing
Lot of
and piano
croquet.
playing.
Walking, sewing, playing the piano.
Okay. Sure.
I mean,
I was gonna, like,
would be
manage.
the expected things. I mean, whether there's other things that you do to fill your time that is perhaps less than respectable is another thing.
Maybe we could visit the Potterton estate.
I could show you around. I mean, I don't think you two have been there since I moved in.
I have a lovely set of binoculars that I could use to bird watch upon the estate.
Well, there is rumour there is a peacock there. So I haven't seen it yet, though.
I love peacocks, majestic birds.
Okay, so is that the plan then? You're going to head to the what is Tollingate, to Tollingate, the Potterton estate, family estate.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so yeah, it's quite a pleasant walk then from Upper Tarryford across. Oh, well, let's put the map on. There we go. So we know where we're going. So Tollingate is located here, and of course Upper Tarryford is over here. So it's quite the walk. Well, I mean, it's not massive. It's a few miles. Through down country lanes, through Tarryford, and then out the other side. You will even pass close by, if not direct pass, Miss Jane Radcliffe's new home.
Yay.
Ooh.
So it's here.
We'll just have house tours. Sabrina Carpenter.
Let's see.
But yeah, so you pass through the town of Tarryford. Everybody is going about their daily business. You can exchange a few pleasantries, hellos, and glances with the respectable people. Maybe stray a little closer than is necessary to the blacksmiths before moving on beyond the bounds of town and out across the country lanes and to Tollingate itself.
As we pass the blacksmiths, can I try out some of my new lingo that my mum taught me?
Oh, what might that be? Of course you can. What?
I'm just gonna say something cheesy like, "Fine day for it."
Give us an etiquette roll then.
But impressed. Need to get, wifed up.
That sounds about right.
Fine day for tits. I mean, it.
Yeah, two blacksmiths brothers. They just kind of stood there, shirts off as usual, sweat pouring down, and kind of look a little perplexed.
I talk directly at the nipples. Nice day for tits. I mean,
Usually the sweaty chests after hard days for work.
Before and then awkwardly move on to Tollingate. So Tollingate is, like I say, it's the Potterton's family estate. In many ways, it's little more than a large farm. The Pottertons are indeed, of course, members of the landed gentry, but the estate is quite meagre, and especially considering the Potterton family is quite large. There is George Potterton's father is four sisters, and also his younger brother. So the estate does kind of struggle to provide well for the family. The main house is quite well appointed, if small, for a manor house, and there are also several stables, sties, cowsheds that are perhaps much closer to the main house than good society would normally prefer. The family themselves, as most of you well know, are quite pleasant and always glad of a visit, mainly because they're being somewhat snubbed by those with more rigid social pretensions. They are also well liked and well loved by their tenants and workers, as they maintain a kind of a good close relationship with the comings and goings of the working class, particularly those that work and live upon their estate. So what is it you're doing then, Emma, Mrs. Potterton?
So we have horses, right?
You do indeed have horses.
Is that kind of like when you go to a house and there's like, this is the main feature, right? The fun thing to do. Do they have a nice stables? Is that kind of thing?
Oh yeah. I would say they've got quite an extensive stables, yeah.
So we should probably excitedly go up, and she's terrible at riding these things, but she is sort of obsessed with braiding their hair and fussing over them and pretending that she's good at horsekeeping, but she's no clue.
And it's probably one of the stable boys. Would you be wanting the horses ready, Mrs. Potterton?
If you could, yes. Although not everyone is as experienced, so perhaps a hand would be good.
Would you require the horses leading, Mrs. Potterton, again?
Yes, please. Yeah, yes.
Again.
The horses, they're a bit skittish sometimes. It's best.
Okay, so the stable boys go away and they prepare the horses, get the stable bridles and the saddles ready, and get you all suited up with the correct gear. And get you all mounted up onto the horses. Some more precarious than others, more suited to it than others, and then lead you out. So does everybody accept being led by the staff? So they basically take the reins and lead you out like they would with donkeys on the seaside.
Not Captain John Stone. He would like to try to ride on his own, but like very slower than he can.
Okay. So whether you're riding unattended, unassisted, or being assisted by some of the staff, you take a slow, leisurely walk. Ride around the estate, taking in the scenery and continuing your conversations. And who is the person with the lowest look?
I got 40.
I have 60. Is that Captain?
Yeah, if no one has less than 40, then it's me. Yeah.
Okay.
Captain Stone. Have fun on your horse.
Okay, so
no.
so you're going round the estate, probably on the far side, making on the return, maybe perhaps on the return journey. It's now about it's about 12:30 in the afternoon. So you're returning back to take lunch at the estate, when suddenly a fox dashes out in front of Captain Stone's horse, and it rears up. And although he struggles to, normally, a competent rider, this event takes him by surprise, and he struggles to keep control of the horse. But it bucks and throws him, and he lands quite violently upon the floor. And you feel a sudden pain shoot up your leg. And you let Captain Stone lets out a pained cry, and it quickly becomes apparent that he has gravely injured his leg.
My damn leg!
As it first happens, I feel like James would go, oh. Oh no, he's actually hurt her.
So one of the staff comes up and says, "I'm sorry, sir. Are you all right?"
No, I'm not bloody all right. I need a doctor.
Yes, of course. With your permission, Mrs. Potter, I'll go fetch Dr. Pierce.
Yes, please. I think that would be a good idea.
You're having a spot of trouble there, dear boy.
it hurt my back hurts along with my leg. It really is strange.
You only hadn't insisted on riding alone.
Look, a man of my career must not be seen being led by a stable boy.
I think you've been seen doing worse at this point. Come on, we all survived quite a lot together. We really still that bothered by appearances?
True. Somebody help me up. I want to sit down somewhere. I don't want to sit on the dirt.
Is it meant to be bent that way?
When you say that, I look at my leg like, ah!
I would take that as a no.
Try not to move, Captain.
Perhaps you want to stay lying down.
Okay. I'm lying down. All right. Oh, I haven't felt this such pain since the war.
Can I prompt my guide to sort of move his horse away just to make sure he doesn't get stomped on?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, and the other stable boy and the other staff there can quite attentive, make sure they making sure to keep the horses calm. What are the boy who's has offered to go and get Dr. Parsons says, should I take the captain's horse, Mrs. Potterton, or would you prefer if I went on foot?
No, take the horse. I don't think he'll be needing it.
Should I go call at the house and have people assist Captain Stone back to the house?
Yes, I think that would be best. The best care for him.
Very well. Good, very good, Miss Potterton. And he kind of tugs his forelock and skillfully, with very little effort, leaps onto the horse and rides away.
He's just showing off now.
Hey, Captain, that's how you do it.
I see that, Reverend. I see that.
The next time.
Next time. We learn from our mistakes, don't we?
Oh, yes. God teaches us in many ways.
The Reverend just smugly sat on his horse being led by... That's how you ride a horse.
Yeah.
Anyway, it pulls me that way.
It's just a little pony, as well, like a little Shetland pony. Or it's on wheels. In fact, it's not a real horse. It's just on wheels.
It's a hobby horse.
Still being led though.
Yeah.
Behind him in front of the sun.
Castanets.
Okay, so about an hour later, we jump forward now, and you find us back at Tollingate House. Captain Stone sat on a chaise lounge with his leg propped up, awaiting the arrival of the doctor. While the rest of you take lunch that's been served. Your husband, of course, is away on banking business, as is his wont most of the time. But yeah, you see the comings and goings of the rest of the household. The staff make a point of keeping the younger members of the Potterton family out of your way, but you can hear them causing havoc with the maids and the housekeeper somewhere else in the house. So eventually, Dr. Parsons, Dr. Winston Parsons, who you may remember from before. His wife is a little squeamish. She's not too fond of sick people. Whereas the doctor himself is quite professional, if not the most educated doctor. He's the best that Tarryford has got.
Is this the same one that did the dodgy eye stuff on me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So when you say not the best doctor...
He's not good, but he's the best we've got.
Okay, so Dr. Parsons arrives. Good afternoon, Mrs. Potter. I trust you and your husband are well, and the rest of the household.
thank you. It's been good. Thank you for coming so quickly.
No, not at all.
We appreciate it.
Not at all. Mrs. Wentworth, Miss Wentworth, Mr. Bennett, Reverend, Captain Stone, and Miss Radcliffe. So, well, what seems to be the problem, Captain Stone?
I think I broke my leg. It's very hard. It just aching me all the time, and I can't move it properly.
Well, let's have a look. Well, if you'll excuse me, ladies, I'm afraid we may have to partially disrobe the captain. And he kind of stands there, waiting expectantly for you to leave the room.
Oh, right. Yeah. Georgiana, come on.
Behind us, Ellie.
He's like, do you mind? And you're like, no, not at all.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
So once he's sure that you clear the room, he goes over and closes the doors to make sure, make sure you're just not loitering just outside the doors. And basically all he does is walks over to Captain Stone and unbuttons the bottom of his trouser and rolls it up just above the knee.
An ankle.
Skin.
Gently.
Let's have a look here then, Captain Stone. Let's have a look. And he begins prodding it, begins an examination. It's quite painful, tender when he prods it and manipulates your leg, moving your leg. I think you should be fine. There's nothing appears to be broken. No fractures. Just some bad bruising. A few days rest. I should allow you to recover from the shock.
Good to hear, Doctor. Thank you.
Yeah, so everything appears to be fine. There's nothing to worry about. Just be a little more careful.
Yes, I shall keep that in mind next time I ride a horse again, Dr. Parsons. I'm very grateful for your work. Thank you.
You're most welcome. And he calls back. You may come back in. The captain is decent.
You're still listening now to the jaw.
You don't hear it click, you just hear it open.
Okay, so when you all come back in, he says, nothing to worry about. Captain Stone is fine. No bones are broken. They just need to take it easy a little for a few days on that leg. It should be fine. Just some severe bruising. I imagine it was more the shock of the accident than anything else. More's a pity, as I've several people in the village who have come down with a terrible sickness. Terrible. Some form of sleeping sickness.
Anything we should be...
I'm sorry, Mrs. Potter?
Is this something we should be concerned of?
Well, the malady is quite perplexing. There's just a small number of the people of Tarryford have been affected. Garrett Copeland, I'm sure you're familiar with, the landlord of the Four Feathers, and Maggie Pilin and her husband John Pilin, Sam Higson, Morris Salsmith, and Marcus Tavistock. All, yes, I'm afraid so. And we all need an odd job man, do we not?
Two names out of that.
What are the symptoms of this sickness?
Well,
Said it was a sleeping sickness.
Sleeping. That is my own term that I've applied to it. All six patients appeared to be hale and hearty the day prior to their affliction. Apart from most, all complained of a mild headache. And while even now they seem physically well in all other respects, the afflicted persons have all fallen deeply asleep and cannot be woken or neither do they respond to any treatment I am able to apply. More disturbingly, several of them scream as if in fear while they sleep. Of greater concern, though, tragically, Mr. Copeland, the landlord of the Four Feathers, passed away last night after hours of constant terror.
They had not been partaking of the devil's nectar.
Well,
Little drinky drink. Little tippity doo.
I mean,
Little sip sipperoo.
I feel a jest is ill-timed, considering that Mr. Copeland has recently passed, Reverend.
I jest not. I was merely thinking of reasons, perhaps, why this may be occurring.
Well, I do not wish to apply pressure to yourself, Reverend, and ladies, gentlemen, but being aware of your past involvement in events which we will not speak of, but I'm sure you know that of which I refer to. But I thought it had crossed my mind that I might ask, impose upon you, that you might use your skills and prior experience to help see if there's anything I have missed, or perhaps you may be able to unearth reasons for this sickness that I have missed.
Is it contagious?
I have found no evidence of contagion. No, Miss Wentworth.
And these people still have a pulse?
They, as I say, they appear healthy in every other aspect. The only that they are lost to a deep slumber, and nothing will rouse them. And no whatever treatments I've attempted to apply has no effect. The only time they rouse, stir briefly from this slumber, is to let out these most disturbing, terrible screams of terror.
What was
How long
the...
have How long have they been like this?
Oh, just a few days now. Mr. Copeland was the first, and the others fell ill within a day or so, maybe a day of each other.
Have they been in contact with someone or been to a certain place, all of them, before this happened?
That I do know. My talents lie in assessing illness and attempting a cure, which I regret to say I have failed to do. Perhaps with your particular talents, you may be able to throw light on the matter. As you can imagine, I have my time is spent while taking up caring for the rest of the people of Tarryford. I cannot focus too much of my time on this matter, and there seems little I can do.
I see.
I can, of course, provide you with the names and the details, identities of the people that are suffering from this sleeping sickness.
If you could do, Doctor, we will really appreciate it if you're going to try and look into this for you.
You mentioned screaming.
Yes.
Were they screams of verbal nature? Were they speaking at all, or was it just like a oh?
No words, Reverend. Just screams of abject terror.
Were they still appearing asleep at this time, or did the eyes open?
No. At no time did they appear awake. At no point have they opened their eyes.
Was there any bodily functions, any grabbing, any scratching, any movement of the limbs?
There was some bodily convulsions, but nothing.
Flailing.
Not to that extent, sir. No. If you would imagine someone who is in the fit of a most terrible nightmare.
Any of those are infected still awake, or is everyone of them?
They are all asleep. As I say, each one of them appeared prior to falling to this sleep, to this sickness. The day prior to that, they appeared healthy, fully alert. The only complaint mentioned was of a mild headache.
Could you, if you get another one with the same symptoms coming to you with headaches, can you alert us about?
Of course.
Very good.
But here, and he writes down. He takes a notebook from his pocket. He says, "Here, I've written the details down of the 6 victims."
Very good, Dr. Parson. Thank you.
Well, as I say, Captain Stone, if you just take it easy, don't put too much weight on that leg, and you should be fine. If you need of anything else, don't hesitate to contact me at my office in town. And if you unearth anything of note,
then we shall report you back. We will.
Thank you. I thank you for your cooperation, and I advise the utmost discretion wherever possible.
But we will be careful from what we experience.
We wouldn't want to cause a panic.
No, of course not. So we should keep it to ourselves for a time.
But rest assured, there to the best of my knowledge, there appears to be no sign that whatever this malady is, that it is infectious in nature.
Very well.
Though it must have some source, some common source.
That's what I'm thinking. Hence why we need to try to talk to them before they go to sleep.
Well, I have other patients to attend to. I thank you for your time, and I hope to hear from you soon. Mrs. Potterton, Mrs. Wentworth, Reverend, Miss Radcliffe. And he bows and he stiffly marches out of the room.
Goodbye to Captain Stone. Do you have an actual list of the people?
You do. You do have an actual list of the people.
Yeah.
I will give you a list of the people.
Also, Georgiana will say, I completely forgot to mention this, but I did hear a rumour about this illness.
Oh.
Now you tell us.
I forgot
That
it
was
was
important.
When I think about it, I did hear Mr. Copeland or his wife's shout at each other a day or two prior to this day from their 4 feathers.
You think she might have done something?
I'm not sure. It was hard. It sounded like it was these loud noises. I'm not sure.
Georgiana, you heard a rumor of this. Anything outside of its existence, or
Just that it was an illness strictly in Tarryford. I don't know who knew this. I don't know where I heard it. Where did I hear it?
It's just gossip. You can decide where you heard it exactly.
I heard it whilst I was shopping for fruit.
Specifically, clementines. Now that you mention it, I have been getting a couple of people come to me after Sunday service, a little bit concerned, as you know, people are in this area. They mentioned that old Meg had been seen quite often in the area in Tarryford. I know that she's not one to stray far from her home usually, but it appears she's been getting out more, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but could be a coincidence, could be nothing at all. Just thought I'd mention it.
well, I suppose we have our plans for the afternoon.
You ladies mentioned that you had some sort of experience a few months ago. I'm having a stroke.
Calm down with the sickness.
I get the doctor back. He's probably just
Yeah.
on the road.
Would you be so kind as to enlighten us as to the details of this thing that happened?
Melting man.
Melting man.
A melting man.
Well, he was liquefied.
Yeah,
Why?
Did it get hit by burning oil from the battlements or something?
Not
No, it was a
quite.
curse.
Oh.
But
Why is it always you three with the curses?
It was another family generational situation.
Mm.
yeah.
Petrified hearts and sirens.
Sirens. Like
She was all right, actually. The siren.
Yeah.
you met. Sorry, you met a siren. Is that what you're telling me?
I hope Theo's doing well.
Oh.
So sirens are real too. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, no one told me about this in the book.
Which book?
The good book.
Have
I'm
you...
afraid
the
these
book-
ones come from Greece. They don't necessarily follow the same book.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
So these.
It's
Oh,
nothing
sorry.
to worry about.
So these are the locations of in Tarryford where the patients are located. So you got you'll see the names of someone on the key on the right hand side. So this is the Four Feathers where Garrett Copeland is the landlord of the Four Feathers. And then you got Sal Smiths. The Sal Smith they run the local bakery. Then over here you have got. No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one actually. That's not that. That's not where that is. Excuse me. Oops. That's more lines.
Maybe you should give us a drawing tool.
Yes, I
No.
considered that, but only very briefly. So and then we have got. Let's see. What is it?
The
Oh,
road
so here we've got the this is the Pilings, Maggie Piling and John Piling. Here we have the Tavistocks, which is the odd job man.
No, Marcus.
And where's the other one? Miss Higson. Higson is here. And this is Higson. Oops. Yeah. Here. That's a rather big circle.
Oh, okay, right here. Okay, okay. All right. We know where the victims are, so but I'm not now in state to walk yet properly.
You can probably walk assisted with a cane.
Well, I can. Okay, so that's good to hear. So I'm not bedridden.
No. No, you would just be the big baby.
Yeah, it's big.
Just need a reason for the doctor to arrive.
The leg actually was supposed to look like that. There was nothing wrong with it.
It's meant like that. Yes, that's called a knee joint.
We do bend,
A
yeah.
knee, oh no!
Oh no!
They just started like slightly sideways, and you're like, "Oh, it's broken."
Oh, it's broken.
I haven't felt this bad since the war. He said.
It wasn't at the war for very long. It didn't really see much combat, but it's fine.
What do you mean? I'm a war hero.
That's what you tell us.
Okay, so we have the victims, but then we have old Meg, maybe, as well to talk to, according to the Reverend.
That went very well the last time that a reverend tried to speak to old Meg.
Or did it go well with Samuel Jennings? With the
No, it went notoriously horribly wrong.
Oof, that was good.
It was a giant nest.
You can all make an idea roll as well, and I will maybe reveal something that is probably obvious.
Can you mark the place we're currently at on this map?
The place where you're currently at is up here. You know, the Tollingate Estate.
Is that off the other map?
It's here on
yeah.
the one next to the area. It's surrounding area map. So it's
up this way.
yeah, up that way. Indeed, it's up here, just off this corner, perhaps. Okay, we don't need one success. One success is fine.
Have all of them.
Have all the successes. Okay, so
Get rid of the bad rolls, you know.
so Dr. Parsons said that he couldn't. He had no idea what connects them. Because there must be some commonality. I mean, there are some obvious things. They all live in Tarryford, of course, and they are almost all lower class men, with the exception of Maggie Pilling, who is a lady, Mr. Pilling's wife.
We're not dealing with another siren again, are we? Going for the men.
Perhaps so. And Maggie must swing the other way.
Seen it happen before. Or wistfully think back to Theo. Still definitely mourning her girlfriend.
Yep. So they're all lower class men. Okay.
Well, they're all from the lower classes.
Mm.
So who cares?
True. Has the doctor already left? Or...
The doctor has already left. Yes, we can. Dr. Parsons is located in Tarryford, of course. His house and offices. Yes, indeed, it is there.
Nice. Perhaps we should question the placement of these locations and why they surround a church. Maybe.
Wasn't me. For once. It was not I.
Perhaps they all frequent the church? Or perhaps the ale house?
Yeah, we need to find out where these victims been, though, but they can't talk at the moment. We just need to wait for the doctor when they get a patient that has the symptoms before they go to sleep.
So presumably they're not. Presumably they'll be. They're not just alone in their houses. They'll be. So they'll have people looking after them, not just being left. All right, they're not waking up. We'll just leave them.
I assume they're not eating as well.
Well, that is also the case. Yeah. So they're not going to be eating. So they're eventually going to waste away and die.
Would it be worth going to speak to... Do we know if Garrett Copeland has a wife?
He does have a wife. Yeah, you know.
Had a wife?
Sorry?
Had a wife? Past tense.
No, he's married. They married. They both managed the Four Feathers together, or did, except he's dead. So she's now a widow. Yes.
We could go and speak to her, but maybe it's a bit too soon.
We should fetch a carriage and maybe pay our respects, but maybe Reverend, what's your name, Bennett?
How dare you!
But
forget the great James Bennett.
Joking, Reverend Jennings. Reverend Bennett, perhaps you could just stick to words from your good book rather than your own sentiments.
Brilliant idea. I pull out my notebook filled with handwritten notes. The good book.
No, the other one. The other one.
Well, of course, if anyone would be expected to call upon a widowed woman, it would be the clergy.
I assume he wouldn't have had his last rites read if he died.
Yeah,
suddenly and
just
had
last
still
night.
not-
Literally just last night.
In that case, we should visit and read his rights, Reverend.
Read him his rights. You were right to remain silent. Oh, you are.
You have the right to remember. Oh, too late.
Please remain silent as you have stopped screaming. We'll go and read him religious bits.
Religious bits. In the beginning.
So what you?
Let's go pay him a visit.
So you? Yeah. Okay. So you're heading to the Four Feathers first.
Yes.
By a carriage because
I
of
want-
old hobble.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to find out the circumstances directly prior to death.
Okay.
Maybe how he
Would it be
died.
like to bring like a little gift or something if someone's mourning, like a basket of like, sorry for your loss. Here is some food because you're
Some
Get
flowers.
them a
probably
moon
not
pig
gonna
card,
do
it'll be fine.
It's got like a stock photo of a pig on the front.
I suppose Mrs. Potton, you could make an etiquette roll, couldn't you?
Yeah. Did I
Getting
put
very
points on
itchy
this?
now.
Let's see.
Also, your mustache makes you look like you could solve a murder.
Dr. Watson, what's your...
We can trim it up at the ends and you can be Poirot.
Yeah. Get some wax.
Ah, Hercule!
It's a very, very slight curve.
He's working on it.
So, are you? Is that the plan? Are you taking a carriage to into town for the Four Feathers?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so Mrs. Potton, you arrange for a carriage to take you into town, down the main road, and it pulls up outside the Four Feathers, allowing you to disembark. The driver then takes it round the down the street to down Main Road to the coach house, the blacksmiths. So you'll be able to reclaim your ride from the blacksmiths.
Can I go check that we parked okay?
No reason at all.
Alright, we'll go to Four Feathers with... Did we
Springtime
have...
like the present.
basket?
What?
Do we have a basket of something nice?
Yeah, why not? Why not? You brought something. It's probably not really appropriate, since Mrs. Potterton failed her etiquette roll.
It's leftover wine and cheeses from the...
Oh yes.
Drunk.
Yeah, some rotten fruit and mouldy
We
cheese.
brought Jesus sandwiches.
These sandwiches will cheer you up, right?
pack of wafers.
Even saved you the end slice.
Okay, so the Four Feathers is one of, if not the oldest, building in Tarryford, and it sits at the crossroads at the centre of the town. It's a simple place of wooden tables and benches, and acts as one of the town's main meeting places. And while the beer and wine are of good quality for those that frequent have made use of its services, the Four Feathers does not offer food unless you're a visitor who happens to take a room, take one of the upstairs rooms. So it's run, or was run, by Mr. Garrett Copeland and his wife Alice Copeland. So stepping inside, it is unsurprisingly a muted atmosphere. There are a couple of patrons who sit quietly in a corner, and behind the bar you see Alice Copeland. Her eyes red rimmed and bloodshot, clearly been crying, understandably so. And Mrs. Hughes, Maggie Hughes, is stood behind the bar with her comforter in her at the moment. This is Maggie Hughes. You are all probably vaguely familiar. You're aware of her. She's a local midwife. She has.
The one that makes a really good pie, or I said would make a really good pie.
I
Met her before?
I don't think you've met her before. You know of her, but I don't think you've actually met her in game before. You all, like you say, you're all probably familiar with, because she's pretty much the only midwife in town, so she has been present at pretty much almost everybody's birth. So she probably was there present when you were born.
That's what I reckon.
Yeah. And of course there is Alice Copeland.
Every time I'm hearing Alice Cooper.
I keep hearing Adam Copeland as in the wrestler. It's not helping me. Edge.
It looks like she could smack down.
Yeah.
Now I've got his theme music in my head.
So she is quite, as you say, she's quite well built, got rosy cheeks, what would normally be sparkling blue eyes. And she also has a very prominent strawberry birthmark over the bridge of her nose. But like I say, normally sparkling blue eyes are bloodshot and red rimmed, and Maggie Hughes is comforted, and as she sees you walk in, she smiles. Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon,
Reverend.
We are terribly sorry for your loss. We heard the devastating news, and if I may, I've come to say a prayer for the departed.
So Mrs. Copeland, she's kind of, oh, no, thank you, Reverend. And almost instantly bursts into tears again, mopping at her face with this large, soggy handkerchief.
Oh, my sweet child, I know. It's a terrible, terrible thing when our loved ones are taken far too soon. Would you care to talk about it a little? Share your worries and...
She sobs and nods a little bit. And Mrs. Hughes says, "Well, I'll leave you for now. I'll just be round. I'll just be in the kitchen out the back, if you need me, Alice." Nods and yeah, Mrs. Hughes disappears through the back door into the kitchen.
He would be lovely. Oh, never mind.
So Mrs. Copeland, she looks like I say, she dabs her eyes again. Says, well, can I get anyone a drink?
Oh, no, please. You don't need to do that.
Quite all right. Just rest yourself. Rest.
Okay, so she takes a seat, and as you all kind of sit down, the other two locals that are kind of being sat quietly in the corner, they get up and they pass on their respects to Mrs. Copeland as they sort of awkwardly pass, and leaving the five of you alone in the common room of the Inn of the Four Feathers with Mrs. Copeland. It was so sudden, Reverend. Just a few days ago, my Garrick, he'd been feeling a little under the weather. He complained of a headache, and then the next day, when I went to wake him, he wouldn't wake up.
Yes, we have heard a little about this illness and how it presents itself. A headache followed by a deep slumber and perhaps nightmares or some sort of terrors during the sleep? Did you experience this with
Oh,
your
yeah.
husband?
Oh, yes, the screams were horrible. There was nothing I could do. It turned my blood cold. It did, Reverend. Turned my blood cold. But the worst of it was last night before he, and then she kind of like starts sobbing again.
I'm gonna sort of search for a handkerchief, and then not finding one, I'm just gonna take my ruff off and hand it to her.
Okay, she kind of looks at you and like looks at that and then thanks you and yeah, blows her nose into it.
And then hands it back.
I've got others at home, it's fine. I don't wish to upset you further, my dear lady, but would you perhaps be willing to share with us his final moments? Was it quick?
No, Reverend, it wasn't. It was awful. Oh, God save us! It was awful. My Garrick, he screamed. He screamed like he was in mortal peril for hours. Well, for hours it did, and then he was gone.
I see. You didn't notice any ailments, any lacerations to the body,
There was
any
nothing.
physical signs?
There was nothing.
Very odd.
He looked as healthy as the day I met him.
I see. Would you mind terribly if I inquired as to his words are difficult. The days prior to his illness, was he exhibiting any peculiar signs, visiting any strange places, anything out of the ordinary that could have caused this illness?
No, not at all. He was here, run the business as I'm sure you know he does. I managed things behind the scenes, and Garrick, he was always the one on the bar. He was always the face of the Four Feathers. Never drink, but as you know, Reverend, he was a good man. Rarely drank. Although he did enjoy a bit of good banter with his customers. But no. Lately he'd been extra busy of late with renovations to do much socialising as well.
Renovations, you say? You were doing up the place?
Oh, Garrick was doing some work down in the pub cellar. He was working to rebuild some of the beer casks racking because it had gone all rotten over the years, so it needed. It got so rotten they'd had to take some of the kegs off. So he was he'd been working on the racking for most of the week until he fell ill. Been doing it all, working all on his own. The foolish man he was, trying to save pennies. Despite me telling him to hire a proper carpenter, would insist on doing it himself.
I see. And this rot that was damaging the wrecking, did it look perhaps dangerous? It would affect the respiratory system, or?
Oh no, I don't think it was just old. It was just old, Reverend.
I see.
You're welcome to go and have a look, but
perhaps in a moment. I wouldn't want to rush off and leave you in this state. I was going to say something and I've completely forgotten.
Can I show her the list of names that we were given and say, was Mr. Copeland associated with any of these people?
and she looks at the name and she kind of struck. Just give me. I'm not so good with my letters, and so yeah, the pilings. Yes, they're all regulars.
Have they ever been down the basement in the recent times?
Oh no. Why would Garrett would never allow patrons down in the cellar. No. The only people that go down the cellar will be Garrett, myself, and whenever we get deliveries.
You.
Do you remember which drinks they partook in? Perhaps it was a dodgy shipment, or...
Don't know. As I say, it's my husband mans the bar. He would be the one to ask. And she starts to cry again.
Pat on the back.
I don't want to push you much further, dear lady, but you haven't had any strange customers lately? Any odd people visiting, perhaps? Anyone that seemed to unnerve your husband?
No, not that I recall. No, not that I know of.
I see. Perhaps, would it be possible for me to see your husband, say a prayer or two? My companions here can keep you company if you would prefer to stay here.
Oh, no, Reverend. No one said they hasn't. No one said any word. That would be. I would like that a lot, sir.
Of course.
I'm just thinking, don't fuck it up. Don't
Right,
say
why
something
did you say
weird.
we would stay here?
So she briefly disappears into the kitchen to let Mrs. Hughes know what's happening, and then she leads you upstairs, Reverend, to the bedroom where Mr. Copeland is in rest, lying in rest.
My dear lady, I completely understand if you cannot face the sight. If you would prefer to remain downstairs with my companions, then that is completely fine. If you would prefer to join me, then again, your choice.
I would, if I would, and she accompanies you to her husband, to see her husband.
I'm gonna, as politely and professionally as possible, sort of approach the body. And is he covered with anything?
There's a sheet's been drawn, pulled up over cover his face.
Okay. I'm gonna place my hand where I think his forehead might be.
Well, so when you approach, she kind of takes a moment, and then she pulls down the sheet and gently places the hand on his cheek, and then bends down, kisses him on the forehead.
I'm just gonna
and then steps back.
Place my hand on his head, and sort of offer my other hand to her if she wants someone to hold on to.
Yeah, so she happily takes your hand.
And I will say, I haven't Googled this, I promise.
He pulls out his smartphone.
I found it.
Sorry, I haven't revised this one yet. So, placing the hand on the head, I'm just going to say, Eternal rest grant unto him, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon him. May his soul and the souls of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Amen.
Okay, and at that she just the dam breaks, and she just bursts into uncontrollable tears, almost sags and drops to her knees at the side of the bed. And while this is happening, what are the rest of you doing?
Time to snoop.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the empty pub, right?
You are in the empty pub. Yeah, there's no one here. Mrs. Hughes is in the kitchen still, but you're otherwise unattended.
So I'm looking to the ladies on table, and I says, I think we need to investigate the basement a little bit.
It is curious that they were all frequent visitors of the Four Feathers. Do you think there was something in the drink?
Maybe. Or maybe something got unleashed down there during the renovation.
There
Perhaps.
should be signs if there is. I mean, we found the goop before, the corridor. There's always something that feels inherently off,
Yeah. So we've seen like those strange monsters on the corridor try to talk low so no one listens to us, even though from the kitchen. And you've met sirens apparently where you were. What if some other beings could exist that cannot be seen?
Because at this point, nothing's off the table.
Does anyone know any with logical creature that could be invisible and affect dreams? Any of you? Maybe you, Georgiana. Yes, Georgiana.
Would I have read any stories or seen any artworks that depict sleep-based things?
Well, that's a good question. Have you? Let's see. What could that be? I mean, maybe a cult or.
Library?
I mean, that would require a library.
I could have read it previously in a row.
So yeah, give us a hard education.
Okay.
That's a regular success. So, although you sure there are, like off the top of your head, you could recall Hypnos as like the god of sleep, but obviously that would seem to apply here. And you've heard that there are sleeping sicknesses, but you're not sure of you can't recall details.
Would I know anything about any associations with crossroads?
Any association with crossroads? Regards what?
Devils.
I guess you could either give us an occult roll or another hard education roll.
My occult is 5, so it's a hard education.
Ooh.
I know my roads.
So there is something to like a supernatural connection with crossroads. In folklore, they're considered spaces between worlds, like where the veil between the mortal, divine, and supernatural is particularly thin. They're historically viewed as meeting points for spirits and making pacts with the devil. Also, the burial of outcasts, suicides, and criminals.
So I'll share some of that and say it's just a theory. But considering this building is so old and built almost directly on the crossroads, I wouldn't rule it out. We've seen weirder things. Should definitely investigate the basement cellar thing.
Yeah, is there access to that where we are, or is it through the kitchen?
I would say you probably know. Yeah, you see, it's the access is via a trapdoor in the kitchen.
I feel we shall ask Miss Copeland for permission. I don't want to burglar in there.
Oh no, there's no need to sneak. They seem perfectly hospitable.
You could do with a reasonable excuse for why we need to look there, though.
I mean, we're on behalf of the doctor. You know, if anything seems weird, I mean, he's the one to blame, right? He's who sent us.
Perhaps we just look for contamination in the crates?
There's some samples from rotten moss or wood for the doctor to examine, maybe.
I think that seems reasonable.
Well, I think we have a plan then. Our excuses will.
Though we ought to be careful. If exposure to the cellar is all it's taken, then heaven knows what we might breathe in down there. We don't want to end up infected ourselves.
Surely Mrs. Copeland would be.
She says she
infected
doesn't handle that side of things, no?
But would the patrons of the pub be going down there, do you think?
Said no.
Do you think there's...
No, but
She said that her husband would only sell for husband when they got deliveries. So yeah, she.
Which maybe the odd job man could have delivered something. Maybe the local baker was delivering bread and the road sweeper was delivering road sweeping.
Yeah, by deliveries it means like barrels of beer and stuff, which would be delivered down because outside the front of the Four Feathers on the pavement, there's a big set of a big double door trap door that's with the delivery shooters with like where barrels of beer will be rolled down into the cellar.
Would any underground routes be known publicly? Like, I know that they used to transport alcohol underground.
Well, like smugglers and things. Well, you don't know of anything, any such thing in Tarryford.
I've read a book. I'm kidding. Okay, we'll twiddle our thumbs until the Reverend returns.
Is there anything in the pub itself that seems of interest? Anything that might be different than what we're used to seeing in here?
No. I mean, it's probably whether you've been in before. I mean, you probably haven't, or if you have, only on rare occasions. But other than that, the kind of the uniqueness of it in that sense, no, there's nothing unusual about the place. Like I say, it's pretty bare bones. It's like it's just bare wooden floor. The bar itself is pretty much is little more than like a like wooden planks. Just like almost like a trestle table, and then some really basic wooden tables and chairs. And then behind the bar, there's there's the shelves with the glasses and bottles and the kegs that have been tapped.
In terms of like affordability, would it seem odd that a place like this could afford renovations?
Well, it depends on what the renovations are. I mean, Mrs. Copeland said her husband was repairing the racking.
Himself.
Yeah.
But if it's all bare bones and not much there, then it makes sense that it's the place the lower class frequent.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be that the buildings that the affected are from the same period of when they were built, maybe. Which maybe something connection to see there with the buildings' histories connected to each other.
Perhaps he was covering up a shrine. I'm just going wilder with my theories because I think Georgiana.
We're all just waiting. We're just waiting for the other two to come back downstairs and just throwing more insane theories out.
There's a cult in the basement.
Well, I do remember you said something about maybe there's something in the air downstairs, and Miss Ratcliffe said. So maybe we could ask Miss Copeland for any scarves to use to cover our mouth and noses, just in case. If there are something in the air.
Could just be paranoia, but I suppose I'd rather be safe than sorry.
I'd rather be safe and sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially everything. Yes.
Okay, so eventually, unless there's anything else you want to, any other services or you want to render or conduct, Reverend?
No, I'll probably just spend some time trying to comfort her and saying things like, oh, he's free of mortal pain and he's with God now and he shall rest peacefully and blah blah blah.
Give us a reassurance roll.
Okay. He'll rest forever this time.
Oh,
Oh.
look at
I'm
that.
good at this shit now.
It was
I've
so
been
nearly
back to
90.
10.
Okay, so she does seem to take, she does seem to take great comfort in the words, reassuring words in the scripture that you read to her, the prayers that you share with her, and it does seem to buoy her up a little bit. She can, she managed to fight back the tears, and before you leave the room, she kind of bends to and kisses her husband again on the forehead, and then covers his face again before leading you back downstairs. So a slightly more composed Mrs. Copeland appears, followed by the Reverend.
My mustache is itchy.
What do you say, Reverend? Your mustache is itchy.
No, who says the voice of God?
So Mrs. Copeland says, "Thank you for coming. People have been. Normally we would be busy, but people have been avoiding it. I'd rather that people spoke to me and talked about it than skirted around what had happened. So I thank you for coming. If there's anything I can do to help,
There is something.
God forbid the same happens to these other people."
Indeed, there is something can help us with, Miss Copeland.
And what would that be, Captain Stone?
We're currently helping the doctor with this case of infections across Tarryford, and we would like to investigate the basement with your permission.
Oh, of course.
And if you have any scars, you can lend us just for holding around the mouth, just in case if there's something in the ear down there. We will be grateful to.
What? I think, of course, if you think that's necessary, but and she goes and gets maybe some cloths from the. She leads you through into the kitchen, and a brief exchange with Mrs. Hughes again, as she explains what's happening, and then she gets you some cloths, maybe some tea towels or the equivalent that you can tie around your faces to make a makeshift mask. And in the corner near the back, towards the back rear, near the back door, there's a trapdoor, small trapdoor, which she lifts up, revealing a ladder that descends down into the basement, into the cellar beneath the Four Feathers. So she lights up a lantern and hands it to one of you, I guess to the captain probably, and yeah.
So I begin to go down to the basement, and you're walking slower because of my leg. I have a walking stick.
Okay, so it's literally a ladder.
Oh, it's a ladder. Okay, I need to do it very slowly then. Okay.
You're somehow holding a stick, a lantern, and going down the ladder.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Would you prefer I hold the lantern for you?
Yeah, please do so. It's going to be a little bit hard for me to go down the ladder.
Okay.
Shall I descend first and provide some light for the rest of you?
That will probably give you an idea, Reverend.
Geronimo! Down I go!
Okay.
Station that you just down. Didn't use the ladder.
Oh, my leg!
Quick, close that mustache. You jump in and it goes. Boop, boop, boop. Like Mario.
Are you all descending into the cell then, or?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll be cautious of my skirts with the men down there.
Yeah.
I'll avert mine eyes.
Okay. Rightio. So you all cautiously, carefully climb down the ladder into the cell.
Ooh,
Is that poop?
So, the cellar is not an especially pleasant place to be. Climbing down the ladder. As you once you're down there, you can see it's quite cramped. The ceiling is low, but just high enough that you can stand up straight. You can see there's like the racks where the kegs are being stored, and then some other racking where bottles are kept. You can clearly see these like repairs, these like really amateurish repairs that Mr. Copeland has been making to repair the shelves. You can, if you can see it's all rotting, it's all falling apart. It appears it's just through age. Nothing sinister about it.
Okay.
Does the half wall look like he was building that?
So over here there's like a sack which sits below the delivery chute, which is like full of cork for like cushioning the barrels when they fall down the delivery chute. This wall looks like like quite low and unfinished wall. But it's clearly not a recent construction. It looks old. It looks as old as the as the rest of the cellar.
Doesn't look like it's been recently knocked down.
No, not at all. So they've got this what's clearly a partially constructed wall. I mean, there's even the gap in the middle where it looks like it was perhaps intended to be a doorway, and then on the other side of the wall, the floor is slightly raised up, but it's uneven and looks unfinished, and which is probably why Mr. Copeland has never installed racking over there, because it would be too uneven and unsteady to place anything on there. But yeah, it looks like someone intended to build this wall to create another room in the cellar, probably maybe to act as a separate wine cellar.
Okay.
However, they've stopped building for whatever reason, they've stopped building this dividing wall.
And do we see this liquid on the floor?
So yeah, you can see this sort of oily black liquid that's kind of it's trickling from the like floor across the floor beyond on the other side of this wall. Like this floor on the other side of the wall is raised up as well. It's about maybe a few inches higher than the rest of the floor, and this kind of fluid it runs from the spreads from the base of this wall, flowing like across this raised floor, under and around this barrel, and then slowly trickled off the edge of this raised floor and across the floor, kind of pooling by the bottom of the ladder.
Okay.
You can, Georgiana, you can make a history roll if you wish. Well, anybody can make a history roll, but you can do it first because you were actually asking about the wall.
No.
So history, archaeology, or appraise.
Oh, I was probably better at the others. No, actually, I was best at history. Oh no. It's
I don't
all
know.
good.
Can we all choose between the three?
Yeah.
So praise, history, or what was the last one?
Archaeology.
Archaeology.
Oh,
Oh
Jane.
shit.
Appraised
Jane
something.
is
Oh my
in.
god!
We
Ooh!
appraised something.
In.
I had no hope, but there we go.
No.
Let's see here.
Luckily, you read your bumper book at walls.
I wasn't reading over your shoulder.
Okay, so Emma, these, like I said, the bricks that make up this unfinished wall are clearly old, as old as probably as old as the like bricks that make up the floor. And Jane, you go so far as to say that not only are they like probably 200 years old. These bricks that make up this wall.
And the floor.
And the floor, as well, yeah. The floor be so the floor. So where's the floor on this and the main floor? It's not perfectly flat. It's made up of bricks and stuff, but it's quite level and even. Whereas the floor on the other side, that's on the other side of this small wall, that's slightly raised up, is really uneven and shot, and real. The workmanship is really shoddy.
Shoddy for 200 years ago.
Yeah, even for 200 years ago, when the standard workmanship and the techniques and stuff wouldn't have been as good. But yeah,
Almost like it was done in a rush.
possibly.
Or by somebody else.
Do
Halfway
we
through the
see
project.
the obvious door shape on the wall?
What?
I've been always
We don't
looking
see
at
that.
What do you mean?
So you can looking at the wall. As you look at the wall, you can see the render on the wall. It looks there's a big piece of it that looks like it's lifted up. It's lifted up slightly, and you can see this oily substance is kind of leaking from beneath it.
Is it dried or is it actively?
It's wet. So you can see this black oily liquid. It kind of leaks out of the wall, runs across this uneven floor, then over the unfinished section of the masonry that would have formed this door, through the gap that would have formed this doorway, and then finally pooling on the floor of the main cellar. And there's this beer cask that's sitting on the raised floor, that's kind of like sitting on this almost like an unfinished doorstep, balanced there. Obviously, it's been removed from the racking because the racking's you can see the racking's partially collapsed. And this oily substance seems to be seeping in through that wall. And
Mm-hmm.
you can see the barrel, the underside of the barrel is soaking up this black oily substance. Looks like it. You can see it's soaked into the wood of the barrel.
Okay.
Does it look like the substance came through after the barrel was placed in? So he moved it and then the substance came in?
Possibly.
Okay.
Is the barrel still sealed, or has it been?
It has not been tapped. It's still sealed.
Okay.
Don't drink that one.
Don't drink.
Can we dab up a bit of the oil with a cloth or something?
We have tea towels.
Everyone get your tea towels.
The shampoo.
Don't want to touch it.
It doesn't look airborne. But perhaps he touched this substance?
You touch it and it may be affected after a while, maybe. Because there's no sewage system in this town like in London, from what I know.
I don't know.
We did.
Do we have toilets?
It's mainly it's mainly like chamber pots and things. There's no flushing toilets.
Yeah.
Yeah, this door here, from what we can see in this wall here, and this liquid coming out from it is very suspicious to my mind. I feel like we need to ask Miss Copeland if her husband has mentioned anything about leaking recently from the wall.
Based on like where the basement is, does it look like it's coming from underneath the Four Feathers, or is that like the next building over in the door direction?
Well, that's that would so that direction would be under the going. That wall would kind of border. So if you look at it would border the street.
Okay.
The crossroads.
Yeah. So well, let me get. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. 1 second. So where this is, where the chute, this sack is, that's below the delivery chute, that would be on the northwest road, on one side of the building, on one road, and this end of the cellar would butt onto the other road, below the other road.
Is Miss Copeland still at the top of the ladder?
She's still in the kitchen, yeah. So let me just scribble with the drawing tools. So if you imagine this is the crossroads. The Four Feathers is here. The delivery chute is here, and that back wall is here.
Okay.
It doesn't lead to another building, it just
No.
leads under the road.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shout up to the hatch above. Miss Copeland!
Okay. There's a brief pause, and a face appears. Is everything all right?
We see there are some leakage down here. Is this recent?
No. I don't know. I haven't been down there. Garrick, who's after I was constantly cleaning up after him after being working down there. He left oily footprints on the pub floor after being working in the cellar. I was constantly having to clean him up after him.
I see. Do you have some old blueprints of this building?
Blueprints? No.
Okay, well, you see there's maybe a blocked door down here that leads up to the crossroads, to the street.
She looks a bit puzzled and starts to climb down the ladder. And she climbs to the bottom of the ladder and looking about. Oh my! It looks like the wall's coming down.
It looks like it, yeah. We just wonder maybe this is recent, maybe something leaked out and in the.
Oh no! It's never. We've never carried out any building work down here. Like she kind of points to the really obviously crappy attempts her husband's made at repairing the shelves, and she kind of looks at it. She kind of like almost for a moment she smiles and almost laughs. She says, stubborn old fool! I told him he needed a carpenter. And then she kind of she sort of fights back a few tears again, and then sort of starts to say something, and then she thinks better of it and climbs back up the ladder.
Okay.
Is there a way for us to get to the door that's not a door without touching the oily liquid?
Yeah.
Can we step around?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, it looks as it looks in things. So it's kind of pools a bit here, but then it kind of like a trickle, and then it pools again as it runs into the into the bottom of the barrel. It kind of pools around the bottom of the barrel and then trickles off there. But yeah, it can quite easily step over this wall.
Can I go and step over the wall and then sort of just knock on the wall and then the bit that looks like the door and see if it sounds different?
Okay, so the bit when you tap, so that it's the that soft sound. It's the walls are covered in render like plaster, so it deadens the noise when you tap when when you knock on it, but when you knock on the bit that's, like I say, it's clearly this section, this big piece that's clearly like lifting up. It feels loose, and some of it, as you knock on it, some of it breaks away, and you could quite easily just get something behind it and just pull a whole piece of render off. It just come away with little effort.
Does anybody have anything I could use to jam in here?
There's probably tools laid around that you could use that Mr. Copeland has been using to affect his rather crap repairs.
Perhaps we should move this sack near the barrel in case there's a leak. Soak up some stuff.
We could do that, sure.
Suppose I will pick up some sort of tool and probably step quite far back, like press myself towards this like side wall here in case anything comes like bursting.
Yeah.
Like,
when you're about to do it, I have a flintlock pistol. I'm in my uniform still. I'm a military, and I have my flintlock pistol out, aiming at the doorway.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of like maybe get a hammer or a chisel or something, but yeah, something you can like prod and tap away at this render, and just a few pieces come away, and then it just like a piece of like a few feet across just falls off, just drops off and like shattered, like breaks, hits the floor and breaks. And you can see behind this, you can see another brick wall. It's clear this render was, and the wall behind it looks like it was hastily built. And the bricks with your previous appraise roll, because you got a high success, the bricks that make up this wall behind the render are the same, look to be from the same period as this partially constructed wall.
but it seems solid though.
You can give me an intelligence roll.
This is some cask of Amontillado shit.
I was going to say, is there a man in here? Oh.
You could push it, or you could spend luck.
I think I'm going to spend. Yeah, I'm going to spend luck.
Okay, so you just click on it. Yeah. Okay.
Not many.
So even considering like a few hundred years ago when craftsmanship would have been wasn't up to the same standards, but even then it should have been much better. And it's clear, it's quite obvious that the poor quality of the workmanship that's gone into this wall, not only does it look like someone's covering up an opening in a hurry, but it's obvious that this wall isn't a structural wall. It's not like a supporting wall or anything.
Mm-hmm. Do we think it leads somewhere?
It looks like a doorway that's been bricked up.
But bricked up some 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe we should leave it.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's good we know it's there. And until we have some more information, maybe we shouldn't start tearing down people's walls.
Mm-hmm.
Any more than I already have.
Well, it would be good still to talk to the other families' houses where the infected are, to see if they have any basements we can look at.
Do you think it's worth? Is Mrs. Thingy Majiggy still down here?
Mrs. Cope, no, she went back up. She went back up the ladder.
Okay. Then I'll say, do you think it's worth suggesting they close the Four Feathers? Kitty. I don't say the key bit.
Stop yourself.
I mean, I don't know. It would probably be for the best for Tarryford for the time being, but I'm not sure if Miss Copeland will go along with it. This is her livelihood.
Yes, she said to me that she would rather have company and for people to talk rather than leave her to dwell on things alone.
Oh,
I mean, it's
The
not
cat
like she's not
agrees.
buying anything down here.
Why are you like this?
oh.
Investigating.
Rude.
For free?
Oh yeah, we should probably suggest to her not to stay for too long down here, just in case if she needs to bring something up here. Stay not too long down here at a time. But I'm not sure if the barrels are contaminated by this oily. I'm not sure.
So it's worth suggesting she briefly closes it down just until we know whether this is the cause. It's best she finds another source of companionship than have more people fall ill.
Perhaps we could suggest she stay with a friend for a while.
The blacksmith.
Thinking perhaps more the midwife.
Yeah, I think the midwife will be a great choice for her to have a company of.
Yes, Miss Wentworth, I think you might be projecting there. Never mind.
So yeah, I don't think there's anything more for us to see here. Shall we maybe go back up to Miss Copeland and then go to one of the other victims if you have enough time?
Yes, I think perhaps we could express our concern for her well-being, considering what we found in the basement. Suggest she spend some time with friends and return once we have made sure it's safe.
For the
That
doctor
seems reasonable.
analysed. Can we have mopped up some of the stuff before going up as well? The tea
Take a
towels?
sample.
Scoop.
Okay. And how are you going to do that?
I'm gonna borrow Captain Stone's cane, stick the tea towel on the floor and go.
Okay, kind of swirl it around
Captain
in it.
Stone using that to keep himself upright at the minute.
Yeah,
Just falls against the... Oh no!
I fell in the oil.
My other leg!
Okay, so you kind of use this cane to swirl around one of the cloths around it in it. Then what are you doing with it?
We
That's
see if they
far
have a
as I can walk.
Tupperware upstairs.
Yeah, you have any
Without
jars
touching
we
it.
can put it inside? Maybe any jars.
To go.
Nobody touch it with their bare hands.
Yes.
This is my walking stick. I'm touching this stick all the time.
It's the other end. It's fine.
It's fine. Got a rubber tip on it, right?
This is a rubber.
So what you're getting? What you're going to get a jar from or something from the kitchen? Okay, fair enough.
We're stealing your jam. Don't mind us.
Oh no, there's
And
no
the tea
empty
towel as well.
Give us who's doing this, by the way?
Not me.
Georgiana's the one that's
Georgiana. So Georgiana, give us a look roll.
A scoop check.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
No.
Okay.
Scooping.
Okay. So
Scoop check.
so I take it you're all leaving, climb back up out of the cellar, then back into the kitchen. You get a receptacle, and Georgiana, you manage to like stuff this oil in this rag, covered, kind of soaked in this substance inside this this old jar. Maybe it's like a clay jar. And
Yes.
Mrs. Coppers, Was he anything then?
Well, we
Currently.
We're not entirely sure, my dear lady, but we did find something that perhaps could be detrimental to a person's health. I know that you said you would prefer company at this terrible time, but we also want to make sure that you are safe and nothing bad happens to you. Would be a
Why?
terrible loss if that were to happen.
Why should anything bad happen to me?
We're just investigating the cause of your husband's illness at this moment, testing a few theories, going down a few different routes, and what we found in the basement, this substance, it could be nothing, but we want to be sure, and would it be possible for you to perhaps stay with a friend for just a day or two, while we rule out any potential
But I need to be here to.
toxins?
I need to be here to run the pub.
We're worried that the ale, or whatever it's downstairs, might be contaminated by the substance, so it's best that we go check with the doctor if it is dangerous.
Well, there's
so
plenty of people have been drinking the ale, and they haven't got sick.
Yet.
I can't afford to close a pub.
Is anyone rich enough to pay her for her time?
I'm certainly not.
But Miss Copeland, if you're gonna still remain here and work, you don't linger too long in the basement at a time, please. Be quick. If you're gonna pick up something from there, don't stay too long down there, just in case. If you can do that, Miss Copeland, that will at least make us feel more safe, better for your safety.
And anyone who may be helping you with the barrels, changing them over, just remind them to stay away from the black goop.
She nods and I mean I'm sure it's fine, and like I say, no one. But yes, okay, if you say so, of course.
Never
Thank you,
be
Miss
too
Copeland.
careful.
Mustache of authority advises it.
The heavenly mustache.
A badge with just a mustache on.
So as you're going out of the kitchen back into the bar, you can all make a spot hidden roll.
Ooh. Spot hidden.
Missed.
Let's see who spots the cultist hiding in a barrel.
There he is.
I saw you. There's an eye in there.
Theoretic.
Mr. Bennett. So as you're going out, perhaps the others head out before you, and then Jane and Reverend, you're the last to file out of the kitchen, walking. The door into the kitchen is behind the bar, so you come out of the kitchen door and walk in behind the bar. And as you were walking along the bar, following the others, you notice some of this black oily residue on one of the tapped barrels behind the bar.
Uh-oh. My dear lady, before we go, I just happened to notice this particular barrel here. Come a little closer. Do you see this viscous black liquid?
Yes, it's the same stuff my husband traipsed all over the floor.
Yeah, see, this is the substance that we have concerns regarding. We do not know the origin of this substance. We do not know whether it is perhaps dangerous or toxic. Would it be possible to have someone remove this barrel from circulation?
That cask is still 1/3 full. I can't afford the loss in takings from throwing that out.
When would this have been installed?
that barrel. It's been there the all week.
I see.
Madam, there is a chance that this barrel could be the source of, well, everybody's condition if all of the others drank from here. I understand it's a terrible financial loss, but if other people's lives are at risk, I fear it may be worth the loss to just take this one out of circulation.
Well, forgive me, miss, but I don't have the money that you have, and it can't be that. Not everyone lots of people will have been drunk, will have had drinks from that cask. So it can't be that it's making people sick. And I don't have the money. I can't afford to take the pub can't afford to take the loss in takings from that barrel.
We understand, of course. We are merely suggesting that it be set aside for the time being, and once we have ruled out the danger of this substance, it can be then.
Give us a persuade roll, Reverend.
Oh shit. Please, 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 please.
Oh.
Please, please.
I don't need to, it's fine.
Oh.
Very well. I'll get some. I'll get one of the bring one of the other barrels up and have that tapped.
Thank you.
It also has oil.
I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, once we've ruled out any issues with this substance, then of course you are free to reinstall that and sell it as you would normally.
Very well, Reverend. As you say. And so with that, she kind of like sees you out. Unless there's anything else you want to ask her about, speak to her about.
Nope.
I'm just gonna say that if she ever needs to talk, she knows where I am, and bid her a peaceful day. And a tatty bye.
Okay, so she thanks you. She thanks you again, the Reverend again, and she escorts you. Kind of sees you all to the door, and as you're stepping down onto the pavement, start to walk away. Oh, you were asking after blueprints. We don't, as I said, I don't have. Me and my husband, we never had anything like that. But maybe you could speak to Mrs. Barrendale.
You think he has the blueprints for your?
Well, she knows a lot about. She's a local historian. She knows a lot about that kind of thing. And Georgiana, you've heard, you're familiar with Mrs. Barrendale, Mary Barrendale. She's a local, bit of a local spinster, but also a very well informed local historian.
That's going to be you one day, Georgiana.
And then you get married. Oh no, spinsters
Marry the
never get
blacksmith,
married.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I think we know where to go. We have another clue now to look for. That's for certain.
Perhaps you'll know about the older wall as well.
Maybe.
Desperate to see what's behind it. Desperate.
Probably something we won't want to find.
So last time there was something away behind a wall. It was a portal to another realm.
Indeed.
Just to be a little guy.
So this this is Mrs. Barrendale's house here.
Okay. So, shall we split up, or shall we just go to either one of the other victims, or to the missus?
Oops. I didn't mean to
See,
correct
see, this is why you can't have nice things.
I'm trying to measure. I don't know how to use boundary.
That's not they're like template tools. The measurement tool is on the token controls.
You do like multiple
There's a
measurements.
difference.
You can do multiple measurements. I can't remember how you do. I think it's old control or space or something.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Well done.
Hold control and then click.
Yeah.
I was just gonna.
Oh
Like
no!
I'm watching an episode of Supernatural.
Oh. Because the door led to the road here, didn't it?
Yeah,
Phil?
yeah.
Yeah, the road here.
So yeah, if you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, I can see under all this. Oh no!
Stop.
You only said you didn't let us have a drawing tool. I think you did. I think you realised it.
So the delivery chute is here, and that back wall with the bricked up door is here.
What's this building opposite?
That building opposite is an abandoned house.
Abandoned house.
Never good abandoned house.
Excellent.
It's very old, but just a little.
Because if it is connected to the wall here, it might be maybe a passageway underneath the road, or
Possibly.
so.
Perhaps. We can ask the historian for access to this building.
We can ask her if she had blueprints and maybe for a tunnel, if that's the door or chamber, whatever it is. So maybe it's best to go to her first before we go to the other victims to ask, maybe. Or we can split up.
It might also be worth dropping the jar of goop off with the doctor so that he can look at it, see if he recognises it.
Yeah, he is nearby. It's literally right by where we're going.
Yeah.
So we shall.
You can give us an idea rule.
Idea roll.
It's a polite way of saying you're not on the right track.
I don't know.
Everyone or just one person?
Everyone can make it. Yeah.
Everyone until somebody passes it.
Yeah.
Polite way of saying.
Oh wow.
Didn't pass
Oh,
it.
no.
Oh wow.
Problems have occurred.
Oh no.
Oh my
no.
god,
No,
what the hell?
Oh no.
We're fresh out of ideas. We're just like,
Luckily,
Put up on the goop that's on that barrel. We saw that, and that's all we can see now.
yeah. Everybody, just as everybody's about to start licking the cloth, Mrs. Potterton. So when Jane mentions people suggested taking this substance to the doctor, you were perhaps a little dubious about that, considering your personal experiences with the doctor. But it does cross your mind that what someone more better suited to that would be Mr. Carlton, the apothecary.
There's an apothecary? Oh, that's fun.
Right.
Which is the equivalent of a pharmacist, yeah.
But a pharmacist with fun little jars.
Yeah.
Oops.
Cocaine.
Well, we have a jar for you.
Salesman. This is where snake oil comes from.
So do we go and drop off the goop and then?
So you got various places. You've got the other victims, not the victims, the other patients, the other people that have been afflicted by this sleeping sickness. You've got the historian, you've got the apothecary, and whatever else you wanted to do.
Personally, think the apothecary and the historian are our best leads.
I agree.
Because if we get information from the historian about anything connecting these places together, then that'll give us a good starting point for questioning family members and such.
Yes.
Those who are down with the sickness.
Well, let's march on then to the apothecary.
Shall we go to the carriage?
Well, you can take the carriage. You can walk down there to get the carriage to go over there. I mean, you can,
Yeah, you can just literally just walk. It's just
Just want to go to
literally,
the blacksmith.
it's just literally a 2 minutes walk. 2 minutes walk. I didn't know you had such a dirty mind, Miss Georgiana.
I've been reading too many of those books again.
Oh no.
Just
I
really
thought better of you, Miss Georgiana.
Look, there's fairies in this one.
Well, fairies at the blacksmiths.
No, and the never mind. Let's go.
The book falls out your pocket, the page falls open, and it's like, oh, what's this? His throbbing member. What the?
Well, 50 Shades of Fairies. What's this?
The book of
Okay, so
Research would definitely be worse. It could be fairies next. You don't know.
I mean, yeah, we did have a bird siren romance, the last one.
We did. We left a friend still hopelessly in love with it.
I'm trying to relate to Theo by studying.
Such a good friend.
What happened over at that wedding?
So many things. I hit a man over a head with a candlestick. He deserved it.
Sounds like a standard girls' weekend.
Pretty much.
Right. To the apothecary.
to the apothecary. Okay, so head down North Road to the apothecary. So to Carlton's apothecary. So doctors, of course, are very expensive and usually the purvey of just the very wealthy. Thus, a number of apothecaries and chemists, druggists have sprung up across in various towns and cities across the country to serve the rest of the population at a more affordable price. So while chemists tend to just make pills and lotions to order, apothecaries tend to have more medical training and some skill in diagnosing and prescribing particular treatments. However, it's still like not an exact science. They are not as formally trained as a medical professional would be, but in different. But then their expertise does lie in different areas as well. But yeah, many apothecaries and chemists can be shady, if you like. They'll tend to sell bogus cures, but despite that, you are all, most if not all of you are familiar with Carlton's apothecary, and they're trustworthy. It's a husband and wife that run the apothecary, and they're both good, trustworthy people that they've done a lot of good. They helped being able to help poorer people of Tarryford. They're far more reputable than some, and it's a family business that served the town for generations. The current owner is Mr. Peter Carlton. He's highly experienced and skilled chemist, and he runs the apothecary with his wife, who is, by all accounts, just as talented.
Is her name?
Woman in STEM.
What's the wife called?
The wife is called Jane Carlton.
Jane.
Peter Carlton and Jane Carlton. Let me see. I can show you as you enter. Of course, you will see them both hard at work as you enter the apothecary. So this is Jane Carlton, and this is her husband, Peter Carlton.
Lovely.
So Mr. Carlton looks up as you enter the shop. Mrs. Potterton, Miss Wentworth, Miss Radcliffe, Reverend. And he nods at the captain, clearly not entirely sure who he is.
Whoever you are,
You?
my friend.
How can I be of assistance?
I place the jar on the desk. Bam.
Bing.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
And so he kind of
Someone
I
else
certainly.
explains it.
This is yours now.
he kind of
You
looks
slam
at
it on the counter.
he looks at the jar and then looks at you, sort of like shrugs. So Peter is quite an attractive, obviously a white man. Obviously carries it, but he carries himself almost like an old professor. He's got like almost like a professionally developed habit of hunching, probably due to spending too much time leant over a microscope.
Nerd.
Something that his wife, probably if you've been in the apothecary before, is something you've probably heard his wife constantly trying to correct him on telling him to stand up straight. Yeah, posture. Yeah. Right. He wears spectacles, but as you can see, they are perched, or more often than not, they are perched upon the top of his head rather than on the end of his nose.
So he can look cool.
Yeah.
Poser.
Even need
So he kind of prods it with his takes the glasses off and instead of putting them on, he kind of prods the jar. He says, what's this?
We are currently have you heard about the matters of the people sleeping in the town?
I've heard. Yes, I've heard of there's people suffering with some kind of sleeping sickness. Yes.
We have a suspicion they may have been in contact with this liquid.
Liquid?
We wanted you
This in the jar.
in the jar, yes. And we were hoping you could maybe check
identify.
Identify it, yes.
Oh, I'd be happy to help. Yes, of course. Particularly if it would be to help the people. I've been prescribing some medicines to some of the people that I can't afford Dr. Parsons' services. Though I've explained to them, I without understanding the illness, it's I doubt as to the efficacy of anything I can provide. So
you needn't to know the symptoms. That's what you mean. You need to know the symptoms to identify it proper.
Yeah.
The symptom starts with headaches, from what we have learned.
Yes, so I've heard. Yes.
And it is followed by them going into deep sleep to never wake up again, and then suddenly they scream and shout in their sleep of terror.
As if they're racked with horrific nightmares, apparently.
So he kind of nods, but clearly he's clearly already only half listening now. Sort of his attention focused on this jar, and he calls his wife over and tells her what it is, and they both look fascinated, and they put on like big thick rubber gloves and open this jar and get these like tongs and lift this cloth out. Both talking back and forth, conversing, and then Peter looks at me and says, "Oh well, yes, of course we'll look into it. Maybe if you could call back tomorrow."
Yes, gladly. We will gladly come back and check on you if you have anything to report of this liquid.
And again, he's only half listening, and kind of nods, and the wander up and like start taking samples off it, and just immediately sort of get involved in examining this substance.
New toy.
Pretty much.
Oh boy. Make sure you don't touch it, though. We don't want you to maybe get infected if this is the cause of infections.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I think he heard you. I think.
He's got to have enough experience to know not to touch strange liquids with the bare hands, right?
I'd be fine.
Yes, they've got their fancy gloves on. Sure, they're fine.
Wait.
They look very eager to test it out in any matter, though. Like with, but yeah.
We'll see ourselves out. Don't worry.
No, yes.
Oh, before
Please
we
be
go,
careful.
do you have any painkillers? I could have a precaution for you.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yes. Just one kind of like half looking, half not, kind of like reaches blindly, knocks over a couple of things, and then passes you the like a small packet. These should just be fine. And he takes your money and hands you this packet.
Thank you. We see you tomorrow, Mr. Carlton, Mrs. Carlton.
Okay. Yeah, they don't
Does he
answer
have
it.
to do a luck check to see if that's the right tablets?
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I was like, I'm like reading the packet. Wait a minute, this is not for painkillers.
No, it's industrial strength laxative.
Not again!
Oh
And that's
no.
where the oil came from.
Always the goop. Always the
It's Eve
Oh,
all over
no.
again.
Oh
my God.
no.
No, it says on the packet. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Okay.
This pain.
So what are you doing?
Well,
Historian?
off to the historian we go.
Yeah.
We need the carriage.
Information.
We
yeah.
don't need the carriage, Miss Georgiana.
It's in the opposite direction.
No way.
Look, you get to see them when you get to the carriage again.
So what is that? It's about 100 yards away to the historian's place.
It looked longer.
Still in the opposite direction to the carriage.
We walk on foot moves. Even I, with a bad leg, can walk that distance without any problems.
You'll have to come up with a better line than whatever you said earlier. I've completely forgotten it.
I'm not
Pay
reminding.
for it. Good.
Oh, yes, lovely
believe-
day for tits or something.
Yes.
Oh, this is my sister married.
We
first.
see them again.
I'm sure the line will work on someone.
Oh,
Oh boy.
oh dear.
Oh.
Oh, my other monitor died for a moment then, and it's come back up. Hopefully that's not screwed
Oh,
anything
okay,
up.
okay. All right.
No, everything's
Let's
good.
march on then.
Right,
There's
good
no
tablets.
lullaby.
Historian.
There's a really good sort of breaking the out of the game. Sort of like Woody mentioned, Viagra tablets. There's a really good playthrough of the Moonchild that we ran, and one of the characters accidentally consumes a copious amount of Viagra.
Oh no.
How? How does that even come up?
Why would you take any sort of pill in a Cthulhu game? Never do that.
But anyway,
Oh my
that's
days.
kind of yeah.
Oh,
Back to this game.
back to the Regency era where there's no Viagra.
Not by that
Google
name.
when it was invented now.
Oysters or something.
Okay, so you make your way through. Which way are you going, by the way? Are you going by the back streets or taking the main road? Okay.
Going like this way, yeah. Not to the carriage depot.
So,
So the pocket is there. So you went.
Oh yeah, maybe it's better to go that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go to the main road.
Yeah.
Radio. Very well. Can you give me give us a look roll. One person. It can be the person with the worst luck or the best luck. I don't know. Just give us a look roll.
I have 50.
I have 40.
you do.
You do it.
If we get a really good one, we accidentally end up at the carriage.
Oh, look at that!
Damn.
Look at that!
Okay, so you as you're coming out, the blacksmiths are just there waiting for you, just carry you on pagodas.
I fall and one of them catches me.
They're all there, greased up.
And then I wake up.
But yeah, so you come out the apothecaries and turn to head up North Road to go down the east. I'm not sure what road's called, but towards the towards Mrs. Barrendale's. And as you walk up North Road, you see your attention is drawn by the sound of another carriage, coincidentally, and you see a rather very well appointed carriage coming down this road, and it comes down onto North Road and then turns heading towards the centre of town.
Is there any heraldry on the wagon?
Is there any heraldry? There isn't, but I will say this: you were all, maybe not Captain Stone, but the rest of you are very familiar with social circles around Tarryford, and you do not recognise this carriage.
Interesting.
Suspicious. Perhaps we should.
Follow?
Well, follow.
I suppose we wouldn't have any reason to follow other than curiosity.
Yeah, but I'm a nosy bitch.
We know you've read your papers.
Inherently in my personality.
You've read the society papers. I'm just beyond you.
Like,
I don't-
historian or nosiness?
Cool shit.
I mean, you could split up if you wanted.
If you're so curious about this stranger's wagon, by all means go, Miss Radcliffe. But I feel like our priority will go to the historian for this course.
Perhaps the lady should follow it? And we can
Would
just
it make
aim.
more sense to have at least one man accompany you, lest you draw attention to yourselves? Hastily walking after an unfamiliar carriage in the middle of the day.
I'll come with you to the historians. If you guys want to follow that carriage.
We can take a brisk stroll.
Carry on, follow that carriage.
I would mind.
Has it like got out of sight, or is it like stopping somewhere?
No, it's not. But it's not going. I mean, it's not racing along. It's just going on along a respectable, leisurely pace. So it's heading down. You can see. You can at the moment. It's probably about here. It's slowly heading down. I mean, you can stop. You can just stop and watch if you want.
Yeah, maybe we could see where it goes.
Okay, so it pulls up outside the Four Feathers.
Oh no! Oh, we should probably.
Okay, well, tell me
Oh,
that's
no.
suspicious. Come on.
Which gentleman wants to accompany?
It doesn't look like any sort of big body removal service.
No. It's not. It's not. It's nothing. So there's nothing. There's nothing sinister or anything about the coach. The only notable thing about it is you don't recognise it. It's not familiar. It's not familiar to you. That it's obvious that it belongs to one family or another.
Do we see who goes out from the wagon?
Do you go? You see. So from there, you see two people disembark from the carriage.
Are they like fine dressed?
Oh well, yeah. I mean, the carriage was clearly from a gentry family.
Do we see trousers, skirts?
You can probably tell it's a man and a woman.
Well,
But beyond that, you can't tell.
Perhaps she has some long lost rich relatives who heard about the death?
maybe.
She's set to inherit something.
Well, she herself said that she didn't have the sort of money to afford wasting a third of a barrel of ale, so
Well, she was going to
probably
use one
not,
of the
but
barrels for the time being, so we should be safe to assume that they won't be served that barrel.
No, but the Four Feathers is hardly the establishment for people of that level of status.
It's peculiar.
I don't mingle with the gentry very often, so I don't know if they will stop by a pub if they are going a long journey.
I mean, it does have lodging, so maybe
We
that's where they're
could-
staying.
We could pop in and update her and say that we've dropped off the sample we took, and we'll know by tomorrow.
That's a good idea. Because she needs a timeline on how long she can keep that barrel out of rotation, right?
Yes.
So yeah, if you Reverend Miss Radcliffe and what's your name again? Emma, Miss Potterton, if you free, could go and check, and then me and Miss Majorian can go to the story.
And we'll catch up with you if we hear news of why there is a peculiar wall in the cellar.
Or vice versa, I suppose. We can join you at the historian if we're done first.
Yes.
Or to the blacksmith.
I'm
Not meeting at the blacksmith's.
I'm looking with you still.
Literally.
The gawking point.
Just look at Captain Star like, keep her away from the blacksmith.
I will keep her away from the blacksmiths, don't you worry.
What would your parents say, Miss Wentworth? They're not men of status.
They've said many things.
They already say I'm a disappointment.
I don't think they'd be bothered at this point as long as it's a man.
True. If any worth.
Instead of glossing over their look, you could try to talk to them instead if you really want to be close to them.
They are quite.
Ideally to their faces and not to their chest region.
But it's eye to eye height.
You can look upwards. This is a thing.
Right.
They have eyes up there, you know, they have faces to look at.
Reverse sexism.
Right, so since we're splitting up, should we arrange a place to meet, perhaps in an hour? And if the other party is not there after an hour, we send help?
We meet at the apothecary.
Well, we don't need to go back there until tomorrow.
Maybe we could meet at the bakery afterwards and see.
Oh, yes,
I could go for a nice sticky bun.
So whoever gets the bakery first does the questioning, then we come after.
Isn't one of the bakers one of the victims of the sleep thing?
Yeah.
I don't know that the bakery is going to be particularly functional right now.
We know you're really struggling, but have you got any sticky buns?
Imperative.
Fancy a sausage roll.
It's very important.
What it would be like with you eating something powdery with the mustard.
It's white on the bottom.
Delicious.
Okay.
Like
Should
you
we
eat a
eat
sausage
back
roll and
here?
you have to do that.
Brush it all up.
Well,
Okay. So you are going to reconvene at the baker's, is that it?
yes.
Okay. Outside or inside?
Outside.
Outside. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Right, so I guess it's well, who wants to go first? It's more or less the same distance. I suppose the historian's slightly further away. So maybe we'll do the four feathers first.
Which one's going to provide us with the handy dandy cliffhanger?
Oh, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. That depends on how much longer you want to continue. No, I'll keep going until I'm done. Right.
You play all night.
Got work.
Say another like 20-25 minutes?
Oh, okay. So about
We
so-
do 15 and like 11ish.
Okay. Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Speed run.
Roughly.
Who's gonna
5
die?
hours later.
And everybody dies.
The only way we can finish at 11, guys, you've all got to die.
Okay. So
We can
Run over
arrange
by
that.
the fancy carriage.
so who is it who's going to the Four Feathers?
Me.
So it was just
Trio.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it was Georgiana and who was going to the historian?
Georgiana
And
and
Stone.
Captain
Captain Stone.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So So the Reverend and Miss Radcliffe and Mrs. Potterton, you head down to the Four Feathers. So you get down. As you get close, you can see this carriage is still there. The driver is sat on the front of the carriage. Kind
Good day to
watch as you approach.
have no hat to doff.
Kind of nods in greeting to you. Good day.
Lovely weather we're having.
Kind of looks about. Indeed.
Might we
Have you come from
inquire
far,
who
sir?
you're... Oh, go ahead.
So have you come from far?
No, miss.
Mighty fine carriage you've got there. I appreciate the gilding work.
Kind of smiles, looking a bit puzzled.
I'll be inside.
I don't think he was very chatty.
No. I feel like have you come from far is an invitation to tell us where. Not no. How rude. Grumbles to herself.
I wanted things for my book.
Give me details. I mean, what book? You don't know about any book.
So you kind of start this. Can I help you, miss?
No. Inside, shall we?
Sure. Unless you could tell us who just went inside. Could you just out of curiosity which family you were ferrying?
That would be my employer, miss. That would be Mr. and Miss Williams.
Williams.
Does that name ring any bells to us?
Is that the same like Valentine Williams who died?
That is, they were called. He was called Williams, yes, Valentine Williams.
Do we know any more? Do I know any rumors or?
Oh shit.
Nosy bitch disorder over here.
You know my mustache is coming up.
I have some tea for you if you would like it.
Let
not the
me
coach driver.
have a brief look. Well, I think Emma Potterton might be able to tell you something.
Mm. Then we'd like, she'd be like, yes, of course, the Williams, lovely people. I'm sort of trying to, as we're heading in, lean into the other. I overheard that about a month ago, their house gained new masters, and the siblings Robert and Diana Williams arrived from the continent to take over the property following Mr. Valentine Williams' death about a year ago.
What would they be
Old
doing
abandoned
here?
property. Interesting.
I suppose
We
they're
never did
taking
go in
over.
there.
No, we didn't, did we?
Sorry?
We never did go in there.
No, you never did you? You never did.
At the B&E. Didn't bother.
Never did. It's strange, isn't it?
Our opportunity.
Okay, so are you going inside? So heading inside, you can, as you head up, you walk up the steps and push the door. You hear voices inside. You hear a gentleman's voice, a very well-spoken, cultured, silky voice. that yeah, you can almost get a picture of the person before you see them. This kind of suave, attractive, and you are not disappointed. Inside, you see Robert and Diana Williams.
This bitch is coming for my gig.
That hair.
Damn.
No, he's not a reverend. That's just how I call it. So Robert, Mr. Williams is kind of just like a gentleman out of a novel. A tall, dashing young white man dressed in the most elegant, up-to-date fashion. And the way he holds himself, just from the way he holds himself, you can tell he's aware of his attractiveness and his station and all that carries. There's an air of almost a kind of slight air of arrogance about him.
Regency era fuckboy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And much the same from his sister. She's like beautiful, rich, but they kind of disinterested look. She's kind of looking around the four feathers with this with a nose, kind of nose wrinkled, kind of keeps checking her clothes to make sure there's no dirt or dust marring her elegant gown that she's wearing. Although her clothes are much more understated than her brother's, and she stands slightly back from him, sort of deferring to her brother. And you walk in on this conversation that's being had, and Robert, Mr. Williams, so. The name of the lady. So, Mrs. Copeland, are you sure you are not of a different opinion to that of your husband, to your late husband, with regard to selling this establishment? And Mrs. Copeland kind of looks up, she said, "I tell you the same my husband did. We're not selling. Now, I'll thank you if you leave. At least out of respect for my husband, if not for me." Well, if you were to have it that way, Mrs. Copeland, we shan't impose upon you any longer. And he turns and as I turn to see him, good afternoon. And they walk out past you, get back into the carriage, and the carriage drives away.
Well, they seemed like a charming pair.
Horrible people they are.
Are you alright, my dear lady? I hope they didn't distress you too much.
Came in here bothering my husband last week, asking to buy the place out from underneath us.
Why would they be interested in that?
I don't know. Rich people with more money than sense just want to own places. No offense.
I'm a man of the cloth now. I'm basically one of you. Yeah.
Not be trusting anyone that comes from Mortview.
Mortview.
Whereabouts is that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been right, that family. What, all that business with the father going all mad, found raving on the grounds.
Awful business.
Yes, we quite remember that. Happened around the same time as the other terrible business up at the North Lakes.
Yes, I suppose it did. Miss. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Is there something more I can do for you?
We just came to inform you that we have delivered the sample that we took from your basement, and we should know by tomorrow the state of it. So you shouldn't be too long put out by the removal of your cask.
Oh, that's much appreciated, Reverend. I do appreciate that. As I say, we can't stand to lose the coin, especially now. And she kind of like chokes off a bit.
With money these days, are there notes or is it mostly coins?
I believe there are notes as well as coins, yes.
Okay. Would it be reasonable to say that I would have like a couple of notes on my person?
Oh God, that would be a lot of money.
Or like a couple of coins on my person?
Yeah, I would. Well, it would be reasonable to assume. Yeah, you carry some money with you.
Okay. Would I be able to get like, I don't know, enough to cover like 10 drinks or so, and just sort of like take her hand and be like, enjoy the rest of your day. I hope it is peaceful and no one else bothers you, and just sort of leave.
Give us a credit rating if you've got enough money. You could possibly purchase the payer for the money lost on her cask.
Here we go.
There you go. So yeah, you give her you compensate her for the any potential money loss from not using the cask.
So you said, I'm just like you guys. Here's a bunch of money.
Bill.
Can take the boy out of rich people land. Yeah, I'm just gonna say like, I hope I can put your mind at ease and remove the bad memory of that visit.
Right, she nods and tries to, as best she can, to smile. So, thank you, Reverend. I do greatly appreciate your words, your help.
We'll leave you be, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, so she thanks you again and goes back to kind of half-heartedly cleaning, mopping the floor and wiping down the bar. So, meanwhile, Captain Stone and Miss Wentworth, you make your way through Tarryford to the small cottage, which is the home of Mrs. Barrendale. There at the door, you are greeted by the only other member of the household, Mrs. Barrendale's young maid, Rachel, who is more. Georgiana, you probably met Mrs. Barrendale. With your academic interests, you know of her extensive, how extensive her knowledge is. She's probably someone that you've visited on multiple occasions because she's just this font of knowledge. But yeah, so she lives with this this young maid Rachel, who is more like companion than maid, because she lives alone otherwise. But as soon as the maid announces you, Mrs. Barrendale appears and is like happily welcome you. She's overjoyed to have visitors, and she welcomes you in to her house. Oh, it's so good to see you, Miss Wentworth again. I do hope you are well.
That's good to see you too, Miss Barrendale.
And how may I help you today?
Well, we have quite a peculiar request today. Do you have any records of the Four Feathers Specifically, the
Well, you should know. I'm the one to come to if you want to know anything about Tarryford. This is Mrs. Barrendale.
what does a maid look like?
I don't know. I got a picture of the maid.
Okay.
You can imagine what she looked like.
Whatever your heart desires.
Yeah. So
So
Mrs. Barrendale is she's quite old. She looks good. She looks very good for she's supposedly in her 70s. So she's
Read up on a de-aging cream.
yeah. She's quite frail and whole. You know, the way you can tell by the way she holds herself, she's quite frail and she slow and doddering as she moves about the house. But she's still full of energy. Still, despite her advanced years, she still gives the impression that she's got many years left in her. And she dresses in this older Georgian style. The fact clearly decades out of fashion.
Vintage.
Yeah. And she is, like I say, you've met her. You've spoke with her and on several occasions before, and she's always been welcoming, always been friendly. She almost like a grandmother in her behavior towards you. Yeah, she's like this loving endearing grandmother.
Nice.
And she, like I say, she is Tarryford's foremost authority on local history. So the four feathers, you say? Oh yes. What would you? Let me see now. What would you like to know? What can I tell you about? Let's see now. So you know, as you know from I believe it was from our previous discussion. You'll have to excuse me. My memory is a little Yes. George.
Didn't know if you were.
Yes, Georgiana. Yes. Yes, you'll have to forgive me. My memory is a little hit and miss of late. Yes, but yes, as I'm sure we discussed before, the Tarryford was founded way back in 1376. After, can you remember what was after? That was after what, Miss Wentworth?
The war.
No.
Would I actually know?
You can make a history roll.
Okay.
Testing you.
History. Shit.
Really, we really must go over these books. Go over the books in the library again sometime. No, not the war, not a war. It was after the Black Death.
Oh,
So it was Tarryford was founded in 1376 after the Black. So she's kind of like, almost like a school teacher. At 1376, after the Black Death had almost wiped out the local population. And who was it? Do you remember? Who was it? Lord
Tarryford?
Almost. Well done, almost. Sir Anthony Tarry. Sir Anthony Tarry, the Lord of the land, of the area. So he wanted to encourage those that had survived to come and work his land. I'm sorry, sir. Do you need a drink? Rachel, get the young man a drink.
No. Sorry. We are wondering if you have blueprints of the four feathers in your
Blueprints?
collection.
I don't. I'm not sure. I don't believe so. But you wanted to hear about the four feathers, of course. So the four feathers predecessor was one of the first things to be built in Tarryford. And can you remember what was the next thing, Georgiana? What the next thing that was built in Tarryford? The four feathers was the what? Sorry.
The roads?
No. The roads were already here. The buildings. The church. So the four feathers predecessor was one of the first to be built in the area, even before the church. Not the one in Upper Tarryford, mind. The one here in Tarryford itself. But it was built by Lord Sir Anthony Tarry to ensure the farm labourers stayed in the area rather than travelling to other parishes to quench their thirst. Now, the pub, the Four Feathers, was substantially renovated, practically rebuilt, in fact, on a much larger scale by Sir Hugo Tarry in around...
Hang on. I'm writing notes.
In around when? Can you remember?
Four Feathers was made by who?
The Four Feathers was substantially renovated, practically rebuilt, in fact, on a much larger scale, by Sir Hugo Tarry in around... Can you remember?
13, 18?
No. 1595. Now, what's interesting about that is the building that Sir Hugo built in 1595 is the very same building that stands there today.
So it was an addition to the
It was
existing building?
rebuilt, practically rebuilt from the ground up.
What about the basement?
Well, there's now there is something odd, but there was something odd about the construction of the new place. I don't. The details escape me. It will be in the library, I'm sure. But the pub was, of course, built on the old crossroads, called Foreign Futhars. In the old, that would be Georgiana, my dear. That would be FORAN. Have you got that one?
Yes.
FOOTHARS. Foreign Futhars.
And this was the name of the crossroads?
That was what the crossroads was called. An old dialect. I forget the origins of it. This is where the name, of course, where the name Four Feathers came from. Most people believe it meant four streets, but no. That's not right either. It's what is it now? I can't remember. It's not four streets. It's not quite. That's not quite correct. It's something. We should go through to the library. The books don't forget. Whereas where I do. And she can follow me through to the library.
As I follow her through, I'm going to say, do you know what the building next door is? The one that's abandoned now?
Oh, the one across the street. Yes. Let me. Oh, it's. Yes, it's has a bit of a I don't recall exactly. Has a bit of a bad reputation. It's been abandoned for quite some time, probably since before you were born. There's some recalled people. The last people who lived there, they claimed they had the place had a bad atmosphere. It like suffered with nightmares.
Oh.
Nightmares, you say?
Yes, come through. My memory's not what it used to be. I'm sure I can confirm what I've fill in the blanks in my yes, George, in my brain, yes. You're welcome to make use of my library anytime you need to. Anytime you need it, of course. But I've already told you that before, I'm sure.
Just to check as well, you haven't been suffering from any headaches recently, have you?
Headaches? No, my dear, no.
Oh, good. It's just an illness going around and wouldn't wish it upon you.
Oh, indeed. No, I thank you for your concern. This way, Rachel. Did you get that drink for the young man? So she leads you upstairs into where the library is. And you've been here before. I mean, this library, the library here, even puts the library at Northlake Hall to shame. It fills 3 rooms upstairs, and it's full of journals and books and papers, just crammed into shelves, piled on tables. It is, yeah, it's a bibliophile's like dream. So I said, well, yes, we could. And she starts like pulling books off and looking at papers. And it's not here, nothing. So, but perhaps you can help me, dear. And so you can both make library use rolls, but you can make it with advantage, with a bonus dice.
Library use.
I wonder if we'll find something cliffhanger worthy.
Hopefully.
Yay!
Yay!
No.
Okay. So as she's going, as you're searching as well, she's talking about. But of course, the history of Tarrydale goes far further back than Lord Tarry and the town of Tarrydale itself. The land was once the territory of the Tulare tribe, an ancient tribe of ancient Britons. Although little is yes, maybe there's more in the library. Little is known. They're a small tribe, very much forgotten. Not much written about them. I believe, but the other tribes, the other native tribes in the area, they gave them a wide berth. Very suspicious of them. Performed dark rituals. Claimed they could curse their enemies. Of course, that was until the Romans turned up, and then it seems, as was typical of the time. Local tribes using animosities to goad the Romans into removing rivals, and the other tribes, they banded together and had the Romans destroy the Tulare tribe. But with a move to, I'm sorry, dear.
How do you spell the Tulare?
Tulare, dear. That's T-A-L-L. Are you getting this?
Was that 2 L's?
2 L's, dear. 2 L's. T-A-L-L-I-R-I. Rachel, another drink for the young man.
You can see Captain Stone in the back with his very thing, his shoes, and he's tapping his.
So the strange thing is that even after all this kerfuffle, the army of Romans, local tribes, they finally wiped out the Tulare, but then nobody claimed the land. And it wasn't until years and years passed that people gradually returned and started repopulating the area, small farms and the like, long after the memory of people had forgotten about the Tulare. Yes, but the area just remained a collection of small holdings until the 14th century when the town of Tarryford was established, and that was about 1376 after the Black Death had wiped out most of the local population. Lord Sir Anthony Tarry wanted to encourage those who had survived to come back and work his land. Yes, the Four Feathers predecessor was one that was built at Tarryford. The pub substantially renovated in 1595, and by Sir Tarry's descendant. Yeah, something odd about the construction.
What?
And she kind of sort of wanders off, repeating herself what she's the things she's already told you. But yeah, so digging around, you do indeed find things to clarify some of the things she's been telling you. So one collection of papers from 1595 describes how some of Sir Hugo's workers caught a malady of the brain near the end of the renovation work they'd carried out on the Four Feathers. No one knows exactly what the malady was, and Sir Hugo from what you can tell from these papers, it looks like Sir Hugo covered up what had happened.
Okay.
There's also a journal you find that was written by some anonymous language scholar, published privately, and that claims that the original name of the crossroads, the Four Feathers, that the Four Feathers stands on, doesn't mean 4 streets. It actually means 4 chambers, or more precisely, the road to 4 chambers. And we'll give you one last thing to end on. And so Mrs. Barrendale, she's part of it. Just of course she's got back round to the Tulare tribe. Of course, yes, this you might find this interesting. This is a very old translation of an old Roman text, Georgiana. Here, and she hands you this really yellowed piece of parchment, translated from Latin. From the original Latin manuscript, and she shows you this.
I have to read it.
You can read it, or I can read it. I'll tell you what, she'll read it out. She can't like to. Our orders were to observe.
Absorb the tribe.
Our orders were to observe the Tulare, called the Dark Ones by their neighbours, to ascertain the strength of their forces and defences. It had become apparent to our commander that to make allies of the other tribes, Rome would have to destroy this one, who the others hated as much as they feared. To do so would prove Rome's power and superiority over both the tribe and their strange deity. We came upon them in some sort of ritual, which was not unexpected, as we had heard of their dark rites. It was said that they could look into the emptiness within and take power from it. The whole tribe had gathered outside the central mound in their village, which we were told was some form of primitive temple. We did not witness what had then happened with our own eyes, as we could not have gained entry without detection. Instead, we found out later from a captured tribesman what took place. According to our informant, the rite began with the tribe's elders drawing a particular symbol on a marker stone with the blood of a sacrifice. 4 symbols, 4 stones, 1 for each of the principal venti. 4 of the elders then stood back to back around some font or pool that lies at the temple's heart, their faces turned to the 4 winds. Once in position, each of these elders drew the symbol they faced onto their forehead with yet more blood. Exciting stuff. As they stared sightlessly at the marker stones, they simultaneously took a draught of some black liquid drawn from the font before quickly linking arms. A moment later, the 4 gained a look of exultation and then fell into a deep slumber. Our captive assured us that, had they so wished, the elders could have taken an unbeliever with them as an offering had they too imbibed the liquid and joined arms with them. Outside the mound, our only inkling that something had happened was the sight of 4 robed figures being carried reverently from the mound and back into their own dwellings. Even now, we cannot be sure if the elders' souls went to commune directly with their god, or if they performed some final act of oblation. It matters not. The Tulare are no more.
Oh shit, we in trouble.
Can I take this paper?
Oh yes, dear, of course you can. Of course you can. And one final thing. Can you tell me, I'm sure you can, what are the venti? You know your Latin?
A medium-sized Starbucks drink.
What, sir? What now?
In between? 10? 1?
Now we're just guessing, aren't we now?
I looked at Captain Stone.
I don't know Latin.
You can make a hard idea roll, a hard education roll.
Hard education roll, okay.
Can I? Oh, I don't have Latin. I will do a hard education. Oh, Captain Stone knows.
Oh, the fuck.
Oh wow, Captain Stone. So yeah, where you heard this, you don't know, but maybe on your travels of the continent to Italy, in the wars.
Maybe, in the wars.
You've seen it on the ancient, on the temples. So Venti, the Venti is the Roman name for the gods of the winds.
Oh.
I thought it meant 20.
So yeah, I like
Leading with
ponder.
wrong answers.
20. Like, no.
So I ponder.
It's a reverend in the window, like.
And then he says, "Gods
Practice
of the
my
wind."
dancing.
Gods of wind, is it?
Gods of the wind, and he hands you a glass of water.
Oh, I don't need that.
The seventh one.
You've been politely chucking
So-
it the entire time.
So, oh, well, all this has been a little bit exciting. I must go and lay down. It's so good to see you again, Georgiana. You must make sure you visit more often. It's been so pleasant. It's been so pleasant having two groups of young people show such an interest in local history of late.
Groups of people.
Oh yes, two groups, and we'll leave it there.
Oh.
It's the posh people.
Damn fancy things.
Oh boy.
The blacksmith.
The blacksmiths.
It's not the black.
The blacksmiths.
Oh my days.
We've come here to learn some history.
Luckily, she was completely unaffected.
Some brains with the brawn.
We're gonna have to fight some posh people, aren't we?
That's worse than the mythos.
Yeah.
Fine.
Rich.
Give me a candlestick, I'll get it sorted. Done it once, I'll do it again.
At least encounters if you'd like.
Oh yes, please.
Wearing excellent hats.
They're wearing what?
Excellent
Excellent
hats.
hats.
X-Men hats.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Oh.
Yes.
X-Men?
I feel like I'm still in the library.
Hello.
How do you spell that?
That wasn't an act.
Right.
Okay.
The outro.
Okay. So thank you very much. If you're still with us, if not, then thank you anyway. And we will be back next Sunday to find out who these lovely young people are.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah,
Next-
don't trust them.
Tuesday. Yes, indeed. Is that what I said? I don't know.
You said Sunday.
Sunday. So it's Land of Eve on Sunday.
Yep.
One's somewhere doing something. On
Yes.
Sunday, it's fine.
Something on something.
Something. We'll be back playing games as we always are.
Yep.
Thank you. Good night. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.